Followed your name into the wild, yeah, yeah. Showed you my shame, I ran a mile. I sing your lullaby, your melodies like a symphony. We burn the same inside a fire. I just need a little mercy, mercy on me. I just need a little mercy, mercy on me. I drank your holy water, your liberty, your make-believe. I just need a little mercy, oh mercy on me. I played the game, I reconciled. Well, I wear the blame like a suit and tie. I sing your lullaby, your melodies like a symphony. We fall the same when we walk the wire. I just need a little mercy, mercy on me. I just need a little mercy, mercy on me. I drank your holy water, your liberty, your make-believe. I just need a little mercy, oh mercy on me. Tearing me down. I keep going and you keep tearing me down. I just need a little mercy, mercy on me. I just need a little mercy, mercy on me. I drank your holy water, your liberty, your make-believe. I just need a little mercy, oh mercy on me.
I'll always be there for you. I'll never betray you. I love you, baby.
I'm at Uptown on Dykeman, the Hyphen, talking that how she only dealt with businessmen. Niggas bagging joints, money off and on the books. The ones who stand firm like ain't nothing shook about them. I doubt them cats waiting for me, you know them niggas. Them big dudes across the street, she said yeah. They from over on Mayfair, bullets from out of nowhere. Told her stay there and duck down. I hit the ground but managed to pull the piece out. This bitch over there with them pointing the chief out. They want beef out here, they gon' get it in the worst way. I'ma show them how black play, roll the dice. Fucking with me's like snake eyes, I break guys. Sit back and watch my cake rise. It's all about the Benjamins, true, that be the motto. Ran out of ammo and started throwing bottles, running, and I ain't looking back for shit. Crooked ass bitch, today I get you back for this.
I love you, baby.
No, you don't.
You drive me crazy.
That's right.
I'll never betray you. I love you, baby.
Come on.
I love you, baby.
No, you don't.
You drive me crazy.
Yo, since the last altercation, I've been on the street. See honey at the club every week and I speak. I'ma rock that ass to sleep before I strike. I ain't know the real deal until last night. How one of them brothers was locked with Babe Bro. Used to call my crib from C74. Kick rhymes over the phone for hours. He had the jack. Babe Bro told him, you wanna get money, see black when you get home. We never had chance to get up, and wouldn't have if his gunner left me hit up. He'd explain how his whole crew was slapping honey. Besides all that, she owed them cats a lot of money. Funny how it's a small world, baby girl. You was about to get fucked with no jail. I'ma sit back and watch this cake finish baking and plan your extermination. Word.
I love you, baby.
No, you don't.
You drive me crazy.
That's right.
I'll never betray thee. I love you, baby.
Come on.
I love you, baby.
No, you don't.
You drive me crazy.
That's right.
I'll never betray thee. I love you, baby.
It took a while to peep your style, Miss Sabian, working low profile, single. House in Staten Island, in Manhattan, wow. Them same cats you sent to get me, boo, is on their way to get you, fucking with you. That small time crack dealing nigga, he a bitch too. They gon' bust his shit too, shit's real. You think you gon' set me up and get away scot-free without some type of injury? Nah, kill it. I'ma flip the script on you. Same thing you did to me, I'ma do it to you. Who knew she was the female Rambo? Fill one of they chests with foam soon as he came in the door. Lights was out, smoked all they mans in. In the end, she had to be the last bitch standing. Not for long, the bar for 44 strong. Just like that, she was gone. Now it's over. Assuming I'll go back to my everyday life of a rich millionaire just rocking the mic. Gotta pause and think about honey, no doubt. And it might how that chick went out. Yeah.
I love you, baby.
No, you don't.
You drive me crazy.
That's right.
I'll never betray thee. I love you, baby.
Come on.
I love you, baby.
No, you don't.
You drive me crazy.
That's right.
I'll never betray thee. I love you, baby.
Come on.
I love you, baby.
Love you, baby.
You drive me crazy.
That's right.
I'll never betray thee. I love you, baby. I love you, baby. You drive me crazy.
That's right.
I'll never betray thee. I love you, baby.
Mic check one. Who with me? Let me know if you're here. Let's get the comments up. Let me know if you're here with me. Let me make my normal announcement. Let me get my mic check in first, and then I'll make my normal announcement. Let me see if I can get this seat right. Pardon me, guys. Give me 1 sec. We good? Let's make sure that we're good on the sound. Facebook, are we good? YouTube, are we good? TikTok, are we good? Spot, are we good? Let me know now. Donna says, Mike sounds nice. Thank you, Auntie. Facebook good, Ed said. Thank you, Ed. Ed Bentley. John Ludd over on YouTube said loud and clear on YouTube. That's what's up. Darnell Hunter said it for me. He said short show today, but he's questioning it. I'm going to always say short show because, like, I'm on call. Matter of fact, I told a client right before I came on the air that I'd call him back in an hour. So, I mean, we'll see how that go. David Herring, what's up, brother? He said crystal clear. He's on Facebook. Thank you. Appreciate it. I don't have much to talk about today, but we can get to it. You know what I mean? I'll wait for some people to get in. Yesterday was interesting for me, not on the show, but when I hung up from the show, I said hung up like, well, we were on a phone call. But when we got off the show yesterday, thank you, Michelle Hardy says, Mike sounds good on Facebook and YouTube. Michelle got that split screen, checking us out on YouTube and on Facebook. That's what's up. Back in the studio here. What's good with everyone today? I may not survive this episode or this show of Wyatt Live. I may not survive this one, man, because, you know, it's tough telling people, I told you so. I'm not really going to say, I told you so. I think some people will say, damn, Wyatt told us. Yeah, he don't be lying. I mean, he's on point. They may not want to hear it, or it might take 6 months to find out what the hell he was talking about. But damn it, it always comes of, you know, I can't think of one thing that I've talked about on this program that has not come to pass. Even, I mean, clearly it's things that a lot of people don't really want to have a discussion about. because when I introduce it to you, it's not good for either their political beliefs or how they feel about their community or how they feel about their leadership. It's always something that makes them feel like I'm attacking someone or I'm part of some other group. It's not that at all, bro. It's just when I want to solve a problem within my family, I don't concern other people. You've heard me say this a million times. If I have an issue with my daughter or one of my children, you know what I'm saying? She better not never in her life bring up somebody else's household when I'm trying to solve some stuff in our household. You know what I'm saying? If, hypothetically speaking, if she get caught stealing at the CVS or the Publix or the Kroger, she better not tell me nothing about nobody else who doing it. They are not my concern. I don't care nothing about that Teresa up there stealing and shit too. So and they was getting away with it. That sound crazy as hell. That ain't solving internal problems. Worrying about how other people moving and how they doing things or how they been able to get away with it. Now that don't help me in my household. It don't help our problems. Deanna said, you give at least 3 I told you so's per show. Hey, I don't know if that, I see you laughing, but the truth of the matter is, you might be right. You just might be right. What does that say about the show? I can't say that if I'm lying. I can't say that if what I say is not true. And those that are jumping on board on what you just said and are agreeing and all that, see, you might not have meant anything with malice, but they laughing and they jumping on board because they trying to make it about something other than the truth. You feel me? They trying to be, yeah, he showed do. He showed it. See, then it's about me. It ain't about what I said. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that. Look, I'll be honest with you, man. If I was the type of person that supported bullshit, I wouldn't come over and watch this show either. I wouldn't troll me. I wouldn't come over here. I wouldn't listen to Wyatt Live. I wouldn't talk about it either. If my belief system, was what some people's are, I would not be over here either. There's a reason why I get a fraction of the listeners that come from other places. There's a reason. I wouldn't pay my ass any attention either. I wouldn't want to be told that Santa Claus is not real. I would not want to be told that the people that I've been talking to my whole life have been lying to me. I do not want to find out that my pastor is not really a pastor of truth or loyalty. I wouldn't want to find that out either. I wouldn't want to know that the people in my community that call themselves leaders, I wouldn't want to find out that they've been milking or they've been trying to position themselves to economically enhance themselves. I wouldn't want to hear that shit either. I wouldn't want to, but I wouldn't either. Unless I want to learn or know something different, I wouldn't watch this show. I wouldn't watch it unless I was here to troll me. And I just don't have the energy to troll. That's why I don't go to other platforms, because I'm not going over there trying to prove somebody on their home court that they're wrong. I'm not going to do that. Oh, I got a video out right now. I bet y'all ain't talked about it nowhere. You know how many people send me these videos of what's going on in the community? I wonder why y'all send me this shit all the time. I mean, I see it. I see it without you sending it. But why is it that you always want me to see it? Could it be that I'm brave enough to show it and talk about it and tell you how it's happening and why it's happening? Is that it? Let's be honest. Let's just be honest. For all the trolls out here who always want to make it about me based on what I say, let's just be honest today. Let's have, what is today? Thursday? Shit, somebody make up an honest Thursday, some slogan that we always come up with. Let's come up with an honest Thursday today or something. Thursday honesty, honesty Thursday, whatever. Tell me the truth. Why y'all send me stuff? Are you sending it everywhere? Maybe I shouldn't take it personal. Are you sending it everywhere and you just know that if you send it to me that it'll be seen? I got so many videos. I got this same video from so many people who, Tanika, don't forget to remind me. I got something special for you today, sis. I got this one video sent to me by so many people. So many people. And I wonder why so many people sent that to me. I wonder why so many people sent it to me. And I'm not special, so I know you sent it to other people who have platforms. Tanika, I forgot. I'm going to send it to you right now. I'm going to send it to you right now, sis. Right now, sis. If that's okay. They just going to have to wait a second. I got a little bit of time today, but I don't have a lot of time, but I got a little bit of time. I want to make this right because Mike deserves his cake, and I don't want to slow up your process. I don't want to be the reason. I don't want to be the reason why your process is slowed up because of what we're slowing up because of what we're doing. Let me see if I can find Mike here, and then I'll send it to you right now if you don't mind. And I got something special. I got something special for y'all today, for you guys today, because at least one person, well, I shouldn't say one. There were two people. Mike, where are you? There it is. There it is. Okay, Tanika, I am going to send you Mike's information right now. If you don't mind. I'm going to snap shoot it and send it over to you. I'm DMing it over to you right now. Tanika, give me 2 ticks. Still got people coming in, so we're good on time. We're good on time. Let me know, Tanika, if you receive it, okay? Because I'm going to send it to you here in a hot second. 2 ticks. And I got to get that pineapple upside down cake. I ain't even going to lie. Damn, I've been trying to cut back on my sweets. There we go. There go the beautiful woman right there. There's the queen. I got to cut back on my sweets, but damn it. Ugh, you're killing me, Tanika. You're killing me. That damn pineapple upside down cake. I've only had one. You know what? I've only had one pineapple upside down cake that I like. I've tried a couple different ones. I've tried one at Publix. I tried one. I believe it was at Kroger up in Ohio. It's just something about how you gotta, the pineapples have to be sweet. I don't know what it is. The only pineapple upside down cake I've ever liked in my life was my grandmother's. I got a feeling after seeing that pineapple upside down cake that Tanika made, I got a feeling it's on that same level. I have a suspicion that it's on that same level. Donna says, Mike don't want that cake. He don't want it. Send it to me. Mike doesn't want it. If it take my info. Girl, I know what you was trying to say, so that's why I'm laughing. Tanika, I just sent it to you, Queen. Make sure that you received it. Get a hold of Mike some kind of way. Maybe what I can do, I'm going to send you Michael's, I guess his DM information, and y'all can work out if it's not too much. You guys can work out. You guys can work out what style cake, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know. Please don't have me taking orders, and unless I'm going to receive a tip. Unless I'm receiving a tip. All right, I'm sending you Mike's information as well, his DM information, I believe. Yeah, there it is. So you can get a hold of him. You guys can converse. Matter of fact, Mike, if you're watching, maybe you could reach out to Tanika through her DM. She now has your DM information, so nobody can come in perping like their Mike. You know what I mean? All right, 1 second. Let's get back to. All right. 1 second, guys. All right. Got it. Thank you. All right. Just want to make sure. We'll do another poll. We'll do another cake giveaway here one day. I don't know when, but we'll get that cake giveaway going. I'm going to order me a pineapple upside down cake. I am going to order one of those. I have been convinced that it's good. Let me show you guys something if you guys don't mind. I think we got enough in the house right now to be able to do this. Can you guys hear me okay? Because I had to replug the mic in. Are we okay on the sound? Let me know if we're okay on the sound. Meanwhile, I'm gonna cue up this video from one of our cake winners. 793. One of our cake members sent us a video in Wyatt Live Messenger group. I'd like to share it with you guys if you don't mind. Remember, we had four winners. We had let me read it off my list because I'll tear it up if I don't. I remember Twin was one of them. Brenda was one of them. Mikhail was one of them. And who was the other? It was Mike, Twin, Regina, and Brenda who won the cakes. And I asked everybody to call in or give some type of, acknowledgement of how they received their cake and it was good and all that. And now let me show you what Tanika does. I'm gonna dedicate this portion of the show to Tanika and her cake company. I think it's very professional how she handles her business. Let me show you how she sent these cakes out. Well, I've only know of one cake that was sent out this way. I'm assuming they all landed this same way. Someone sent the picture in saying they received their cake. Why wouldn't you order a cake from someone who sends you your product, their product, like this, custom wrapped with a thank you card, and of course their information enclosed? This is unbelievably, this is on a different level of professionalism. If you were to order, and I don't want to incorporate other companies in here with this, but I just want to let y'all know, if y'all order something from like, I don't know, there's several different little cookie companies that are out there. I've never received Cheryl and Company cookies and it looked like this. They send your ass a box. It has a generic thank you card in it. You know what I'm saying? It don't have a whole, you know what I'm saying? It's not quite as personalized as this right here. Okay, she sent this particular cake out to one of the Wyatt Live listeners and, the winner. And it looked like $1 million. Now, I'm not trying to be, funny. It's very professional. It's well, I mean, come on now. Come on now. If you really want to, this is on the level that you can send something like this to a wedding party. You understand what I'm saying? You can send something like this to a wedding party. I'm impressed. Say what you want to say. I'm impressed. Tanika, great job. Great job. You feel me? Great job. That's putting your best foot forward. And when you do things like that, that's what gets your numbers up. That's what now y'all know if she would have sent that shit in a U-Haul box. And it would have had Dollar Tree all over it, I wouldn't have brought it up. I believe in supporting our businesses, but I ain't gonna support you if you on some raggedy shit. I just won't mention it. I just won't say anything. You know what I mean? I just will leave every shit. I'll leave it alone. I won't even steer nobody in your direction. You know what I'm saying? But if it was shipped in a damn UPS box, not a UPS, but a U-Haul box with no, man, oh no. Y'all would have been like, what happened to Tanika and them nice cakes you was talking about? I ain't heard nothing from them, man. Nobody told me nothing. But look, I'm highly impressed. You do know that if I have a function or if I need some type of, like, I tell you what I might do. My daughter just bought a property, and instead of me getting the cake that I'm going, or maybe I'll get a couple of them. What I'm going to do is probably have you send my daughter a home, what do they call it when you buy when you have what is it? I haven't bought a house in so long. Home warming gift. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we'll do something like that, like your new home or something like that. That would be so dope. your new home and it'd be a cake, you know, I don't know. I'm highly impressed. I think that, well, we'll see. We'll see how things go. But I think I'm interested, Tanika, in seeing how you start your startup and how far it goes. And I wish you the best. I really do. Housewarming. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, twin. Housewarming gift. Yeah, housewarming. Thank you, Carolyn. Appreciate it. See, if this was an edited show, I would never not know something. Like I wouldn't have to do that. I'd be like, cut. And I would I would fix it. I would know all of what I'm saying. I would know it all. I would go in housewarming gift. You would have never heard me ask. I wouldn't even ask no questions. I just be like, cut, go in, edit, and do all that shit. Some of y'all people that y'all watch do that, and they come off error free. Now it's hard to go live. Donna, we got it. 20 minutes, 6 minutes later, she's still talking about housewarming. Unless you just came in. I'm just playing, auntie. But no. I got you, twin. Twin sent the video to the Twin just wants y'all to see him do his little raggedy ass dance. See, now I shouldn't play it. Now I shouldn't play the video because he did some old crazy ass dance and he had, you know, Twin always got to do something extra. Twin always got to do something extra. You give him all the room, he'll do something amazing, say something great, and then he'll come back with something, he'll back it up with something that's just way like off the chart of staying in the right, you know, just bro, stop. Just you were doing such a great job representing her company and saying thank you and blah blah blah, and then here you come doing some damn trick daddy dance, just assing up the whole damn video. I'm gonna play it just because people in the Wyatt Live Messenger group, I'm sure they all seen it though. Yeah. All right, let me see if I can find it. I know I can find it. I'm just being hard on Twin because he was just doing too much. He was doing too much. But he did what I asked. I'll be honest with you. He did what I asked. He went over and beyond, not just the Trick Daddy dance, but what he did is he came in and he gave us a video when his cake arrived. Okay? And I can't ask for more than that. All I can ask you to do is don't do no Trick Daddy stuff. But just for everybody that may not be into you guys need to get in the Wyatt Live Messenger group. You know, because, you know, you can bring substance and a little bit of different viewing power to the group and have something to talk about in the show. Let me show you this video real fast of Twin receiving his cake from Diane's Cakes. Check it out.
What's up, y'all? I'm about to cut my cake. Diane's Bakery, made by Tanika. I won this cake on Facebook, y'all. At the Wyatt Live Podcast. Check them out Monday through Friday from 1 to whenever we done crashing out. Not just playing. About to cut the cake for the first time. Give me a thick piece. Now, I don't eat cake like that. I'm about to give me a little piece. Yeah. Let me see. Yep. Nice size piece. Oh, dropped the cherry off of the soup. First time trying it. My Trick Daddy dance. It's good. Hey, go check out, man. Diane's Bakery.
See, Twin did a great job. Thank you, Twin. I appreciate you doing as I asked and going over and beyond and putting it on the screen and letting people know where you got it, how you got it, and where you won it from, and all of that. But the Trick Daddy dance, bro. I was just you know what you started out really nice, then you went into we started 1 o'clock until we're done, and then until we're done crashing out. Nah, I'm just playing. Seems like I knew you was warming up to some bullshit. I knew you were warming up and you delivered. But I do thank you. I'm sure Tanika thanks you as well, because I'm telling y'all, if the cake tastes that good that it'll make you do the Trick Daddy dance, I'm gonna be ordering me a whole lot of that cake. I'm gonna be ordering me a whole lot of that cake. I need to be doing me some Trick Daddy dance. I'm just kidding. All right, twin, I really appreciate you giving us that video. Tanika, great job on getting those cakes out. And there was another, let me see if I have the video. Not necessarily the video, but yeah, I showed you this one already. I showed you that. There's twin when he received his cake. He was cutting his cake. There you go. I believe that if she is delivering, which she sent me a message saying that she's delivering all her cakes just like this, why not send this to a woman? You got the summertime coming up. Tanika, they gonna swear you paying me. They gonna swear you paying me. I just believe in supporting businesses that I know can make it if they get the proper support. But let me just say, you got summer coming up, okay? You got a lot of weddings coming up this year. And I'm gonna tell you, brides, send your bridesmaids a cake. Get them warmed up for the occasion. You know what I'm saying? Send your bridesmaids a cake. Grooms, send the grooms a cake. To the men getting married, send them a cake, bro. Send them a cake. Very decorative. I'm very impressed. I'm impressed with that. Thank you, Tanika. Great job. All right, so let me move on. It's time to move on. Let's get on to the show. We got enough people here that now we can get some minds, some ears, and some minds going, and some voices and some opinions going on today's show. Did you guys see the video of T.I.'s son that got pulled over? I don't know his name. No, Tanika said this. I gotta say something about this. She says, I'm not paying you, Wyatt, but one day I will. You know what my payment is, Tanika? Is for you to be successful. To say one day that you say, well, you know what? Wyatt helped us. You know, he gave us the vision. He helped us. He allowed, his platform to be, us be seen on his platform. Compensation, I don't, that's not what I'm looking for. Seeing one more small entrepreneur become successful that's payment enough. That's payment enough. And I don't just do this for you. My thing is, you came in here with your business, and I had never heard anything bad about it. Matter of fact, I knew a couple people had reached out to me and said they got a cake from you. I just never said anything. I did gauge, I wanted to take a gauge on how was their experience. And the simple fact that you didn't fail them and it was a great product, that's why I support it. And it was because, look, I'm not going to put my name on anything that I feel is, I'm not going to refer you to this particular moving company, okay? Because I know that they Black owned and they're a small business and they got many trucks, but I had a bad experience, and I'm not going to say their name, but I'm not going to refer anyone to a company that I know does bad business. And I don't support Black businesses that do bad business. And just because they're Black, I'm not going to support that. You feel me? I'm not going to support it. I believe that we should be held to not a higher standard. We should be held to the same standard that we hold any other company. I don't believe in supporting somebody just because. I believe supporting a product and a brand because it's good. Okay, that's just where I'm at with it. And I think we can compete at any level, no matter who we go up against. So I believe that if we get the same stage, that we can shine on that same stage. You've always heard me say that right here on this show, on this platform. I don't want to go somewhere I'm not welcome. And if I can't be part of something that somebody else has, I'll just build my own. You feel me? I think I lived on that when we first started Wyatt Live. I don't need your swimming pools. I don't need your restaurants. I don't need your water fountains. Y'all feel me? I'll build my own. I don't need your platform. I'll build my own. I don't need anything that somebody don't want me. If they don't want you, build your own. I don't need a seat at your table. I'll build my own table, right? That's the mentality that we should have. I don't want to integrate with a motherfucker that don't want me. And that's not going to have a lifetime of bitching and complaining why they won't let me sit at their table. I'll build a king's table and put princes and princesses at my table before I take a lifetime of bitching and complaining of me not being able to sit at somebody else's table. Even if they give you a seat, it ain't going to be equal. So why would I bitch and complain about that seat when I know it's never going to be right in the first place? Because what you do is now you get that seat at that table, and now guess who turn on you? The people that don't get that seat at the table. They'll swear up and down, oh my God, he sold out. Oh my God, he sold out. He did something. She did something to get there. You know she didn't sold her soul. So now the people that are on the same level as you are mad at you because you got a seat at a table, and you being at that table, you the only one they taking care of. They won't even allow you to really take care of what you there with all good causes and all, you really trying to do the best thing you can do, but they don't even give you whoever on this table, because it ain't just white folks. It ain't just it ain't who y'all think it is. Think about it. I can prove what I'm telling you. Look at music executives. Let's talk about some of the things that make us millions of dollars. Look at music executives. We don't, as Black folks, control the music industry, but we got a lot of powerful people in there. The powerful people use us. The powerful Black folks in the music industry use Black folks just like the people at the table. You know what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Being used or being taken advantage of doesn't have a color. It's a power issue. The seats at the table take care of the seats at the table. So build your own table so you can take care of whoever you want to take care of. That's how I look at it. And don't worry about the ones that call you coons, and don't worry about the ones, because a lot of people can't build. They can't build a table, and they wouldn't even be able to sit at one if you built it for them. They don't have it in them. They don't have the skin. They don't know. And some of them who can't build that table or can't be even managed to stand at that table, it's not because they're not smart enough. Some of them are just too giving. You know, the people that get taken advantage of the most in this world are those that give too much. Not those that give. Not those that give. But those that give too much. There's nothing wrong with giving. Okay, but just don't give too much. Because sometimes you can give away you can give all that you can give away to the wrong person, and then you ain't got no more to give. Or you give too much to somebody that hurt you so bad that you're so bitter that you pass up on somebody that deserves your help, that deserves you, and you deserve them. Don't give too much. Let me say this to you. If you give somebody just enough for them, for what they need, then they will in turn help somebody else. It don't take all of you to give to one person for them to be good. It don't take that. It only takes sometimes for you to open the door and allow them to shine in what they do. Okay? And then you step off and let them shine and become bigger than you in their space. And for some odd reason, I have a problem when I hear people who don't like giving information or don't like putting people in a position to win. I don't understand that. I don't. Sometimes people feel like if you give them, if they give you too much, then you're gonna replace them. And I don't know why people feel like they can be replaced. I don't understand that. And my grandmother taught me that. My grandmother said, don't be afraid to share information, or don't be afraid to share an idea. Don't be afraid to do things with people and then they run off with your idea. You know, I've said this before, and they run off. She said, Randy, they're not you. They'll never execute your idea. They'll never execute what's going on like you'll do it. So let them run off and do it their way. it's not going to work the way you've seen it. It's not going to work in the way that you put it out there. So don't be afraid. Let me just say this for the record, and I promise I'll move right on. I've approached so many people, not so many, but I've approached, look, I feel like I'm BASF. Anybody ever heard of BASF? Y'all know the company BASF? They're a company that generally makes things better. They don't create anything. They just take a product or a brand and they make them better. Okay? Like, I don't have the recipe to Tanika's cakes or to Diane's cakes. However, I know I can bring, I know I can make her company better. I can't make the cake better, but I can make the company better. And that's what BASF does. See what I'm saying? It's people that have knowledge in spaces where other people just don't have it. Tanika has the ability to fix a lovely cake, but she may not have the logistics to be able to get, instead of 20 cakes a week out, somebody may bring the logistics to have 100, 200 cakes out a week. See what I'm saying? So don't be afraid to share information, okay? Because those that run off with the information and they're never going to do it like you. All right, Tanika, I'm not suggesting give your recipe away. I'm not suggesting that at all. I'm suggesting that we should, in order for us to work together, there has to be a sense of loyalty. There has to be a sense of commitment to one another. Now, loyalty, I was just talking about this today with someone that I worked with before in the past. And I tell people, I've had people that work with me and for me that were very loyal, but they just weren't honest. And they're like, well, what's the difference? I thought loyalty was honesty. I said, no, not necessarily. Someone can be loyal to you, but still not tell you the truth. You see what I'm saying? They can be loyal to you and not tell you everything you need to know. People can be loyal to you. See, loyalty to me is, let me back up with loyalty to most people is loyalty. They're only loyal to the next opportunity. I don't see anything wrong with that. You see how that sounds negative when people say, oh, you only loyal to your next opportunity. What's wrong with that? What loyalty does not have to be a lifetime commitment. Loyalty can be a parking spot. Loyalty can be for a temporary time frame. Loyalty can be a contract length. Okay, I'm loyal to you for 3 years. Okay, get a car loan for 3 years. Get a car loan for 3 years. You're loyal to the bank of paying that contract out for 36 months. After 36 months, you're no longer loyal to that bank. You don't owe them your house loan. You don't owe them your business loan. If anything, they owe you the loyalty. You paid them on time. Now, what's next? What can they do for you? Now, loyalty becomes an exchange. And people be crying about loyalty and they not loyal. No one owes you loyalty. Loyalty, see it as a contract. If I'm providing something for you, look, here's the thing. I told someone today, the same person that I was talking about, I said, if I hire somebody and I see that they're if I hire somebody and I see that they're very aggressive and they're assertive, you know what I'm saying? And they challenge me. And I don't mean challenge my authority. I'm saying they challenge my me, like my numbers. I still get on the floor. I got people that work for me in these different offices, and I tell them every month, you'll never outdo my numbers. It's a game. We play a game, but it's business. And I say, you'll never match my numbers. I tell these young guys all the time, if you listen, I don't have a problem with us competing. I don't have a problem with us competing, but here's the thing. You'll never out hustle me. And I tell these young guys all the time, young folks, I don't mean young guys only, young folks all the time. I say, if you wake up and out hustle me any day of this year, if you show me a consistent pattern of out hustling me, then I'll help you. I will help you become my competition. But there ain't no possibility. You will never out hustle me. I'm not saying there's a day or two that you might not do better numbers. But every day that I wake up, I'm on a grind to be the best, to be better than yesterday. So I tell my young people that I recruit, I welcome your eagerness. I welcome the grind. I welcome, you trying to compete with me. I welcome it. No bad blood, none of that. Outdo me, please. Out hustle me. And I'll make a deal. You show me 1 year where you woke up every day and outworked me for 365 days in a year, I will help you become my competition because, damn it, you earned it. And I don't see that person as being, you don't have to be loyal to me. Be loyal to yourself. Be loyal to yourself. You don't have to be loyal to me. I don't want you to be backstabbing and backdooring me and all that. That's not the type of no. Anybody that wants to better themselves and I can help them do it, I don't have a problem with that. It seemed like the only people that have a problem with that are people that struggle in where they are. And the sad thing is, parents are like that. You ever this is like a receipt of what I'm saying. There's parents that don't want their children to do better than them. That shows you how awful a human can be. I mean, that shows you how awful a human being can actually be. When you, and I don't mean anybody here. I mean, if the shoe fits, oh well. But what I'm saying is there are parents that become jealous of some of their kids' achievements. I can understand you being jealous of your brother or your sister because they may have beat you at something and maybe they made it to the money or to the bag before you did. There's a sense of jealousy. I get that. I understand that. But I can't understand anyone that would have a jealous bone in their body towards a child. I don't get it. I don't get it. All right, let me get on to something different. Speaking of children, I brought up something and everybody put it on the put it in the screen. His name is King. Did you all see the video of T.I.? His son got pulled over by the police the other day or whatever. There's so many messages in this. And of course, I'm going to get a few little hates because I'm going to say this. Remember a few months ago, I'm probably the only one that remember a few months ago on Wyatt Live. Y'all have so much going on in y'all life that y'all probably don't take in what I say and it stick, But a few months ago, it may have been a year ago, I said to you, wait. I owe someone something. Someone asked me a question and I said I was going to get to it, and it was pertaining to loyalty and the business thing. So if you guys don't mind, can I go back to that? I promise I will visit the King conversation, the guy who got pulled over. Sierra said, how do we sign up for a brand consultation? I guess she wants to talk. Hit me up in the DM if you were referring to me. I don't know if you were talking to me, Sierra, or if you were talking to someone, because it's been a while. It was at 2:01. It was 8 minutes ago when you asked that question, and I've just been rambling and going on. So feel free to hit me in the DM. I don't have a problem. If you need me to help you in a certain direction. I mean, I don't have any problems with information. There was another one. I'll find it. Carolyn Smith says, T.I.'s son King not only looks like a clown, but he does clown-ish. And I blame his maternal grandmother for turning him into a little menace he's now become. You blame his grandmother? You blame his grandmother? Is that because his parents let him go live with his grandmother? His parents let him go live with his grandmother. So now she's the reason why he's the way he is. Now, y'all know King like to be in the hood of Atlanta. He's a suburban kid. He grew up rich. He grew up with Gates. He grew up with everything that he possibly wants. He's a spoiled little brat. He is I don't know him personally, so it's not fair for me to judge him, but the way he handles himself in social media and the things that he involves himself with, I can only blame his parents. Now, here's the thing. Funny thing is they have several children. Okay. And I'll be honest with you. I remember watching that T.I. and Tiny show because they were like the Cosby type show. There was no bad, it wasn't a ratchet show. You see what I'm saying? It was never, I think T.I. and Tiny did an excellent job. Now, I didn't see every episode. I didn't watch it for seasons. I don't even know how long it lasts. But every time I had an opportunity to watch it, it went in a great, T.I. came off as a great dad. Tiny came off as a great mother. But the King kids seemed to be the black sheep of the family. Now, I don't even mean during that show. He was a good kid on the show. I don't know. Maybe you've seen an episode that would say something different than what I'm saying. I used to like the show. But this kid, King, wants to be a hood guy. And we're going to talk a little bit more about hood guys here in the next 20 to 30 minutes. Yeah. King want to be a hood guy. He want to be king of the hood. His grandmother, obviously, I think it is Tiny's mother, lives near the hood. So he went and lived with his mother and them because he didn't like living in the suburbs with the rich people and the nice walls and a sleet of cars in the front yard. He didn't like that type of persona. He didn't like that type of criticism he was getting. He want to be a street rapper. He want to smoke. He want to do all the dumb shit that come along with that life. That's only because they have enough money to clean up his garbage. Okay. Unlike people that actually live in them neighborhoods where when they catch a case, they can't afford Clyde Bennett. They can't afford high price attorneys that can get paperwork tossed over to the side for 2 years before they face something. And then after 2 years go by, then the judge look at it and say, wow, man, this was 2 years ago. And this kid hasn't been in any trouble since then. All right, let's go ahead and we'll put him on probation. Good attorneys, good defense attorneys buy time. Y'all probably watching that right now in some cases that you're watching locally up in Cincinnati. A great defense attorney buys time. Okay. They just milk as much time. They don't want a jury that's going to be highly motivated to make a decision. They want people to have forgotten a lot of the information. They want it to kind of simmer off a little bit. So, juries will have a clean slate, not really think about it. It's so many different factors, but you have to be able to afford that. Okay. King can afford that. His parents can afford that. So him going down to the hood, getting a bunch of driving without licenses and getting a bunch of possession charges and shit like that, that stuff builds up and it go away because his parents can afford that. Happens to be a little black boy who can afford the same shit that y'all call privileged people. No, he's just as privileged as those white kids that y'all call privileged. Privilege don't have a color on it. Privilege is all about economics. Black kids that can afford the same shit that white kids can afford can get the same privileges. Ask Tiffany Daniels. We had this discussion on the show about black privilege. She escaped a couple of little police charges, not police, a couple of little speeding tickets and running red light. She escaped all that because she had some privilege. Sorry, sis. I don't mean to put the business out there, but you told us on the air. That all being said, King gets pulled over by the police. In this little pullover, a couple things happen. About a year ago, I had a conversation, maybe a year and a half ago. Had a conversation about y'all, and I said, who teaching y'all how to talk to the police out here? Who telling y'all ain't got to say nothing? Who telling y'all that y'all don't have to do what the police tell you to do on a traffic stop? Who teaching you this? Why are y'all listening to people talk about you have rights? And what was my favorite? My favorite was when you said, somebody said, I used to tell people all the time when they say, I'm gonna call my lawyer. Let me get my lawyer on the phone. And what did I tell you? Their lawyer is always gonna tell them, do what the police tell you to do. Don't make this worse. Now, when I told my nephew and them that before they got their beat down over in Norwood, just do what the police tell you to do and let's handle it somewhere else. Don't handle it on their home field. Don't handle it out in the streets. It's not going to work out for you. I was called coons by people that I love. People that I thought loved me. I was called coons. I'm tap dancing. I'm a bootlicker to the white boys and to the police and blah, blah, blah. No, some of us just make better decisions. Some of us know how to handle shit a little bit different than you. I'm sure that ass whooping felt pretty damn. You felt like a powerful black man getting that ass whooping from the Norwood Police Department, huh? Because you don't want to do basic commands. Oh, that word command sets them off. I don't know. Maybe I should have used a different word. All I'm saying to you is this young man did everything that gets you drug out of cars, get you treated a certain way, and then we turn around and support these knuckleheads and say they ain't even had to do him like that. They ain't even had to do him like that. The police just don't like black people. You're talking about a kid that was doing twice the speed limit. He was doing 70 in a 40-mile-an-hour range or something like that, 35-mile-an-hour speed limit, and he's doing 70, 71. He don't have a driver's license. He's sitting there with a vape with THC in it, and then he has a gun on the dash. And he's scared. You know why he was scared? That little boy wasn't scared. You know why he said he was scared? Because his dumbass daddy taught him how to do that. His dumbass daddy who spoiled him and made him who he is, not his grandmother. His dumbass daddy made him to the knucklehead that he is. His daddy streamed street shit and wanted to be a killer and all that old shit. Went up to Cincinnati, lost his best friend in a nightclub. Shootout on the expressway. Because that's gangster. That's gangster shit. So son loved the gangster in his daddy because his daddy, you don't know me like that. His rap music and his rap career. This man living in mansions and can send his kids to Harvard. But he ain't talking to the black kids that's going to Harvard. He talking to the black kids that can't live like his kids. Who's the sellout? Me? I'm the sellout? What am I selling our black children in our community? I send them to college. I open up gyms. I make sure they have a place to exercise their anger, treat them disciplined. T.I. put out music that make people want to go at each other's head. Who's the sellout? Then you raise children that want to be just like your music. Who's the sellout? Then he brought that nastiness up to Cincinnati. A shootout at a nightclub. Lost his best friend. Got on the stand and our community used that against T.I. He got on the stand. T.I. tried to be tough and rough and say, I ain't seen nothing. I don't know who did it. I don't know nothing. And he was rewarded for that nonsense. Oh, he a stand-up guy. He a stand-up guy. Come on, Sierra, stop. You know T.I. ain't called me no sellout. You know where that come from. Let's not do that. You ever heard anybody call T.I. a sellout? We're talking about behavior. Ain't nobody ever called T.I. a sellout. I am. I'm calling him one. I am. Those are the ones that are selling out the community, the ones that offer absolutely nothing and enrich themselves. Preston says T.I. ain't have nothing to do with the shooting. It was the ends from here on some S. Trust me. Maybe so. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. You can say he didn't have anything to do with it. Okay, Preston, you can say he didn't have anything to do with it. But is it fair to say that he put the element in the building? Is it fair to say to talk about, I mean, look, let me just say this. Let's say in not Mason, but Tri-County. What's that? Sharonville area, up in Cincinnati, Sharonville area. If they have a gun show at the at the Sharonville Convention Center, and there's a shootout in there, it would make sense. They had a gun show. They brought a certain element to their building. And those folks that walked in there, would it shock you if there was ever a shootout at a gun show? Wouldn't shock me at all. Would it shock you if they had a house party in a certain community that's playing raggedy ass shootout bang bang music? Let me ask, did it shock you when them guys were shooting in that nightclub a month or two ago, shooting amongst people and they caught them? Did that shock you? When you know that element is coming in the building? So no, I don't say that T.I. didn't have anything to do with it. They booked him. He went in there talking that gun shit and being hard and all that old shit. He talked that street shit. Who you think coming to the street shit? Street folks. He has a lot to do with what happened in that building. And I would hold the gun, people who have the gun show, if there was a, knock on wood, if there was a shooting at a gun show in Sharonville at one of their functions, I would hold the gun show responsible for that shooting, not the person that walked in there. I mean, of course, that person too. But yes, the gun show has liability. They brought the element to them. Now, we're not talking about a school shooting. I don't blame a school when somebody walks on that property and shoots the school up. Can't blame the school. That's just a knucklehead going in to hit a soft target. But T.I., Sexy Red, all of them that participate in influencing people are responsible. They're just as responsible. You don't have to pull a trigger. Always remember, the getaway driver get just as much time as the people that brandish the gun. You could be sitting outside in the street waiting for them to come out of the bank. If they get caught, they all get in the same time. So in this video, I'm going to show this video. It's fairly lengthy, but it's interesting. T.I.'s son gets pulled over, and he's acting as if somebody's effing with him. Typical victimized. I don't like the police. Y'all doing me wrong. What did I do? And it's clear that you broke the law. It's clear that you have a vape, a TSC vape, whatever they call. You're not supposed to be vaping and driving at the same. You can't do that shit. It's against the law. And then you refuse. You don't have a driver's license. You don't have any type of ID. And now you got a gun within arm reach, and the police ask you to get out of the car for the safety of you and the police officer. But he's been raised to think that he's a victim in this world and got millions of Look, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I ain't even going to lie. T.I. got a crazy catalog, and it's worth millions of dollars. But you know who got a little bit more money than him? You know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. I don't care what you Google. That tiny girl is unbelievably smart. That girl she got publishing out the yin yang. She wrote a lot for So Def. She wrote a lot. Her and that Candy from I forgot the name of their group. Tiny is loaded. Tiny got a lot of money. Tiny got a lot of publishing. She is unbelievably wealthy. I don't want to call her wealthy, but they're rich. I'm talking couple hundred million in that vicinity. Rich. But being rich don't mean you raise children properly. Thank you, AK-47. She said escape. That was the group. They allowed the streets to raise their son. And I don't care how much money you got. I don't care how much money you've been able to accumulate. That's not going to stop your son. All you're doing is helping your son become even more ridiculous, buying him out of problems. This young man, it's one thing to have a little friendly little beef with 50 and all that old shit and getting jumping and talking and all that. That's one thing. But this young man is a poster child for what's wrong with a lot of the kids in our communities that face what he's facing. He's just a dummy. He's just dumb because he don't understand that a lot of kids that do what he do don't escape it. They catch numbers. If they don't catch numbers, they get caught with a bullet. They become so disruptive to the police and they do the things that this kid did. But this kid is a high profile kid, so he's treated different. But he can do the things that these other kids are doing. And then here's my problem. Our leadership who does not hold these parents and hold these kids accountable and bring it to light and bring it to attention and say, hey, look, we can't handle the police like this. This is everything wrong about how we need to be encountering and engaging with police. Everybody want to talk about the after effect of what happens to police, what happens to black people, when nobody talks about how it gets started. We always get the end of it. And I know here it come. Oh shit, he taking up for the police. No, this is how I keep my people alive. This is how you do it. You tell the truth. Stop inciting. I don't know who taught us, I want your supervisor here. I don't know who taught us, I fear for my life. I don't know who taught us that, but some of y'all older leaders, y'all need to stop that shit. Because a lot of this stuff could go away well before you start asking for the supervisor. Well before you start trying to act like you're being victimized. Like somebody did, they made up that 71 mile an hour thing I went through. Let me show the video. Let me show the video. Let me find it. Hold on one second. Okay, I got the number here. $795. Now it's a little lengthy. It's a little lengthy. But now, well, I'll wait to hear your opinion. Check it out.
He's slowed down, but his slowing down is to 60. Yeah, I am doing 61 on a 45, and I am not gaining on it. He's also all over the road. Jesus. Hi, good evening. My name is Officer Lopez with the Gwinnett County Police Department. The reason I'm pulling you over is you're doing over 70 miles an hour in a 45. I didn't know. You didn't know? I got you. You got your driver's license on you? Alright, are you the registered owner of the vehicle? No. Okay. Do you have a photo or anything like that of your driver's license? Yeah. Alright, got you. Alright, so do you mind stepping out and we're going to talk right here real quick, back here?
About what?
You need to step out of the vehicle.
Step out for what?
So there's a firearm in this vehicle. You're already speeding. You don't have anything on you. I'm separating you from the firearm. Alright, are you going to get out of the car or not?
I don't, tell me why.
I already told you why.
You didn't
Pennsylvania
tell me
versus
why.
Mims. Are you getting out or not? Supreme Court case law. Are you getting out or not?
I don't know what it is.
Alright. You need to get out of the car.
You're not telling me
If you
why.
do not get out of the car, you'll be arrested for obstruction.
You're going to arrest me for obstruction?
Yes, if you do not get out of the car.
I don't know why. I don't feel safe.
Alright, if you do not get out of the car, you will be arrested for obstruction.
I don't feel safe.
If you do not get out of the car, you'll be arrested for
You're not
obstruction.
telling me a valid reason why I need
That's
to get out
a
of the car.
perfectly valid reason. Like, Google it if you want to. It's not going to end well for you.
Let me call my lawyer, man.
You have that right, but you're not even under arrest right now. You're still just detained.
Stay in my car.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
Get out of the car.
Hey, Quinn. So I'm pulled over right now, and they telling me I got to get out the car for what reason?
Because we're gonna have a conversation back at the back of the
They
car.
want to have a conversation.
You need to get out of the
with me in
car.
back.
Doesn't matter
I'm
why.
doing it. I'm not getting out the car because you want to have a. No, I'm not getting out the car.
Okay.
All right. So
All right.
your
So at this time, you are under arrest. You are not free to leave.
Man,
You are under
matter.
arrest.
I'm not under arrest.
You are
I know
under
that.
arrest.
I
I'm
know
informing you that you are under arrest.
I'm under arrest for
And-
what? Yes. Hold on, my lawyer calling.
Okay, pause for 1 second if you don't mind. For my people, a year ago when I told y'all, we had this conversation, and I said, go ahead and you saying that I'm about to call my lawyer, that has nothing the police don't care. They don't care nothing about that. And let me tell you what your lawyer is going to tell you. And remember, y'all gave me a hard time for saying this. Some of you really did. Your lawyer is going to tell you, just do what he tell you to do. It's not a flex talking about I'm about to call my lawyer. That's not a flex. The lawyer is going to tell you. Now, listen, if something is being done to you, if there's no gun, there's no speeding, if none of this is in existence, if this is all being made up, call your lawyer, have it documented. But all you're doing at this point is you're making your lawyer is not your lawyer at this point. If he tells you to do anything other than cooperate, he's no longer your lawyer. If something happens, he's now a witness. We don't think, okay, finish watching the video. I'll teach at the end.
They want to have a conversation.
You need to get out of the
with me in
car.
back.
Doesn't matter why.
I'm doing it. I'm not getting out the car because you want to have a. No, I'm not getting out the car.
Okay.
All right. So
All right. So at this time, you are under arrest. You are not free to leave.
Man,
You are under arrest.
I'm not under arrest.
You are
I know
under
that.
arrest. I'm informing you that you are under arrest.
I'm under arrest for
And-
what? Yes. Hold on, my lawyer calling. Hey, so a police officer is right here telling me I have to step out my car, and I'm telling him I don't want to step out my car. He's telling me to step out the car to have a
I've already told you you're under arrest. You're under arrest at this point.
And he's trying to tell me since I didn't want to step out the car, I'm under arrest. I'm under arrest.
But you are under arrest at this point. All right? So you need to get out of your car right now.
All right.
All right.
So this make y'all feel tough.
Not the slightest. All it does is give me some paperwork.
All right.
All you have to do is get out of the car.
File your paperwork. You want me to get out my car to talk to me about what? There's nothing to talk about.
This is not your car. You're absolutely flying down the road at 70 miles an hour in a 45. There's
Never had a police
Also,
tell me to step out the
separate-
car to ask simple questions.
Well, there's
Ever.
a firearm within like 2 feet of both of our faces. Yeah, I'm gonna have
It's
you
in
step out
front
of
of
the car.
you. It's in front of you.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Sure.
Well,
Not
it
just
was-
that, you have an open THC container in the center console.
Okay.
Oh. All right. Who do you want to pick up the car and the gun? They gotta be here in 30 minutes or less.
What happened at home with y'all? What y'all so upset about?
All right.
I gotta pause that. He said to the police officers, y'all just trying to be tough. Did y'all hear what he said? He said, I don't know what happened to y'all at home. What happened to y'all at home? No, what happened to you at home? What happened to you? I'll tell you what happened to you. Your daddy on his way. Your daddy on his way to talk to the police. This is what happened to you.
Who are we calling?
Okay. We are over at 7050 Jimmy Carter
Just
Boulevard.
tell them American Deli.
Do you know about how long it'll
American
take you to
Deli.
get over here?
American Deli.
There's a lot of us.
American Deli.
7050
American
Jimmy
Deli.
Carter. 7050 Jimmy
Alright,
Carter
now
Boulevard.
hang my phone up and lock my phone.
All right.
Hang my
All right,
phone
about
up
how
and
long
lock
will it
my
be
shit.
for you to get here?
Hang it up and lock it. Hang it up and
We'll
lock
see you
it.
then.
Hang it up and lock it. Alright, now let go.
Yes, sir. Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, my son detained.
Yes, sir. He's currently under arrest for obstruction,
Okay.
as well as a variety of other traffic charges.
Right.
Yeah, he was caught doing 70 in a 45. He was instructed to step out of the vehicle because there was a firearm on the dashboard, and we wanted to separate him from that, and he refused.
Did he express his fear for safety?
We have.
T.I. said. Now, this police officer just told his daddy. he was speeding with no proof of whose car it was, and he had a gun in the car, and his daddy jumps on the defense of, did he express he was fearful for his life? His daddy, his father, is now making this about, well, you know, he's afraid. He's afraid of the good guys. And I already know I'm going to get some blowback. I already know I'm going to get blowback from people who say, well, black people scared of the police. No, they're not. He is not afraid of the police. He flexing. He know ain't shit going to happen to him. He's picking an easy target to be gangster with. The police. That's what he doing. He running off at the mouth like a lot of people do because they know the police. I'm telling y'all, 9.99999% of the times that you have an engagement with the police, nothing's going to happen to you. Nothing is going to happen. He ain't about to get shot by. If the police was so damn dangerous, they had every reason in the world to put him 6 feet under. This young man had a gun on him. He wasn't identifiable. He didn't know what he had drugs or TSC. He had everything that if these cops wanted to get his ass up out of here, they could have did it. They could have did it. And I know you're not accustomed to hearing people take up for the truth because there's this narrative out here that all they do is shoot us. And I know there's people that promote that shit because that's how they got they come up. But the truth of the matter is, if you look at how much engagement is going on a day-to-day basis in situations just like this, we still haven't hit record numbers of the police murdering us. But yet, if you let certain people say it, you would think that there's a black man killed every day. There's a black man killed. We're being haunted by the police. There's a black man killed every day. Well, I haven't seen 1 year where more white people haven't been killed by them same police officers. And I've been trying to tell y'all forever that police brutality don't have a color on it. Police brutality hits every color and every type of person, men and women. But for some odd reason, it has a chokehold in our community. It's like we think that's what's stopping us. It's not. It's not. If that young man, if they really wanted to do him in and do him dirty, they had everything they needed to make that happen. And you know, Al Sharpton and the rest of them guys would have came out at that boy's funeral and been talking about police brutality, police treating us wrong, all that. They would have been at that boy's funeral. None of this conversation would have came up of how he refused to do what they asked him to do. Not the fact that he called his attorney and his attorney said, just cooperate. Do what they tell you to do. Y'all do know that he called his attorney and he hung up on his attorney when his attorney said, do what they told you to do. He hung up on him. The attorney called him back. The attorney called him back and said, hey, man, you all right? You need to do what they tell you to do, man, and we'll handle it somewhere else.
We got to be safe too. He's right there.
Deli.
7050.
All right, now hang my phone up and lock my phone.
All right.
Hang my phone up and lock my shit.
For you to get here?
Hang it up and lock it. Hang it up and lock it. Hang it up and lock it. All right, now let go.
Yes, sir. Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, my son detained.
Yes, sir. He's currently under arrest for obstruction.
Okay.
As well as a variety of other traffic charges.
Right.
Yeah, he was caught doing 70 and a 45. He was instructed to step out of the vehicle because there was a firearm on the dashboard, and we wanted to separate him from that, and he refused.
Did he express his fear for safety?
We got to be safe too. He's right there with John. Right?
Understood.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. So there's absolutely no way to resolve this.
No, he was told multiple times that he needed to get out of the vehicle. He was even told that, according to Supreme Court case law, he is required to exit a vehicle when he is requested to do so by a law enforcement officer. Pennsylvania versus Mims. He stated that, he doesn't have to, he doesn't want to. He was informed that he is under arrest at this time. He was still continuing to refuse to exit the vehicle. And it wasn't until his lawyer called him back and said, "You need to get out of the car right now." And he got out of the car and was placed under arrest. No, he was told multiple times that. Yes, sir. Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, my son detained.
Yes, sir. He's currently under arrest for obstruction.
Okay.
As well as a variety of other traffic charges.
Right.
Yeah, he was caught doing 70 and a 45. He was instructed to step out of the vehicle because there was a firearm on the dashboard, and we wanted to separate him from that, and he refused.
Did he express his fear for safety?
We got to be safe too. He's right there with John. Right.
Understood.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. So there's absolutely no way to resolve this.
No, he was told multiple times that he needed to get out of the vehicle. He was even told that, according to Supreme Court case law, he is required to exit a vehicle when he is requested to do so by a law enforcement officer. Pennsylvania versus Mims. He stated that, he doesn't have to, he doesn't want to. He was informed that he is under arrest at this time. He was still continuing to refuse to exit the vehicle. And it wasn't until his lawyer called him back and said, "You need to get out of the car right now." And he got out of the car and was placed under arrest.
I believe personally that if more videos come out of before and afters, if you watch, I know a lot of people's algorithms show the after effect of situations like this when it turned bad. But there's more situations just like this one, even when your dad is not T.I. There's more instances that happen like this. In other words, everybody walk away safe. I mean, there's a little bit of trouble here. The little boy, the young man, he's in trouble. He should be in trouble. Everything that he did, he was wrong. He didn't deserve to be shot. He didn't deserve any of that. All right. They probably didn't even know that it was T.I.'s son. It didn't become high profile. It didn't become a TMZ situation until T.I.'s came part of it. That video that I just showed you, let me just give the creator of the video, they're I don't want to call it the creator, but the people that put it out there was TMZ. It was body cam from Atlanta police. TMZ put this out. Do you think TMZ is putting out a video of little bitty Rail that live in your community who got pulled over by the police and went through this same situation and the outcome was the same? No, it only becomes a video for TMZ when T.I. is involved. Then it becomes a video for Al Sharpton and them and the rest of them characters when something bad happens. They never show you the 99.9% of the instances that start out wrong and end up okay. They don't show you those. They don't show you those. They show you the ones that portray the situation to be that deadly every time. And I send this message to everybody once again who clowned us back when we was talking about this, when I was a bootlicker and all this old shit, when I told you, stop talking about you about to call your attorney. The only time you should call your attorney is when you feel like what they're accusing you of, you didn't do. You can't deny that you wasn't doing 70 miles an hour. You was doing damn near twice the speed limit. You knew you was doing twice the speed limit. You can't deny that there's not a TCH or whatever they call that shit in your hand, and you shouldn't be driving and doing that. It's like having a freaking alcoholic beverage in your hand while you're driving. You can't say that that wasn't part of what was going on right then and there. You can't deny that. You can't deny that there's a gun on the dashboard. You can't deny that. All right, I want to say this before I go to the phone lines because I see my sister in here. Me and her we about to argue. Alethea, I think, let me read this before I say we about to argue. She says, "Hey, it's not new. These privileged kids been doing this." All right, yeah, we about to argue. We about to fight, sis. Where my headgear at? We about to fight. Stop calling it a privileged kid. Stop. We know he a privileged kid. I'm talking about stop calling this situation that happened by him This is not how, listen, he's a privileged kid for sure. But that's how people, you got adults who teach kids to be just like this, who are not privileged. Thank you, Jerica. She said it's THC. Thank you. Stop. Ain't no kid that grew up in Lincoln Courts, law homes, or out in the Fay apartments, or in English Woods, or anywhere else. Stop. They not privileged, and they act just like that. They act just like, you know why? Because you got people in your community that want to make people just like him seem to be a victim some kind of way. So now we're going to have this tongue wrestle, and we're going to argue about how the police out here treating us, when in fact, this is how it always gets started. This is right. This right here is how it gets started. I ain't under arrest. The fuck? I ain't under arrest. You gonna tell the police you ain't under arrest? If you ain't done nothing wrong, Mr. Officer, please arrest me when I haven't done anything wrong. Please. I'd be on the list of this. Let's just say if I'm in Cincinnati, I'd be on the list of everybody else who getting paid by the city. You can line me up with the police chief, the fire chief, and everybody else who been done wrong. Please false arrest me because I ain't done shit. Please. But I ain't under arrest. I don't know why I'm being asked to get out of my car when I don't have any ID. I've been speeding. I got TCH or whatever in my hand. I got a gun within arm reach of me. Not one of those police officers pulled their gun out. They just asked him to do something, and it could have probably went away. It could have went away. It could have been a ticket. But now they have to tow it. I know the law. They have to tow the car because he didn't have proof of ownership. He didn't have proof of insurance. He had a gun inside the car. That car is not, they can let him be picked up, but that car is being impounded by law. If we're going to sit around and do jailhouse lawyer shit, we better know some of the laws. Just the simple, I don't know why he want me to get out of the car. He ain't told me. Yeah, he did. You know, when you start lying, you know that you know you're wrong. You know you're wrong. So let me go to the phone lines and see some input on. Let me get some little bit of idea of what's going on here in this world. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
It's your boy Twin, your favorite caller.
Hey, Twin. I ain't gonna get on you today because you did the what it.
I know you clowned me earlier off my trick, Daddy.
I didn't clown you. You clowned yourself. You clowned yourself on that one, brother.
No, I got so much Wyatt, and there people been pushing me, encouraging me and my brother. Shout out to my boy Ross.
Okay.
And my other family members pushing YouTube and other things we got lined up. And I asked my brother again, you got to put on them Cadillac shoes. He said, why? That's going to push the narrative of what we try to do. I said, man, can you put some Jordans, J's on, some ones or something? They're like, no. If it ain't Cadillac, it ain't us. Ooh. He said, what you need? The beard or something you need? I said, no, man, I'm cool. I'm cool. I'll give me some Gators or some Air Force One. I'm not about to put that symbol on me. He told we ain't twins. They were, damn it, we ain't twins.
You're not wearing the Cadillac shoes, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
All right, what's on your mind today, Twin? What's good? Oh, before you do this, I need your testimony. I heard it on the video. The cake was good, but let us know how was it nice? Was it moist? Was it? I mean, you know, were you happy with the packaging? I mean, did it come on time?
I was happy. Well, see, I bought a lemon cake from her last year, which was fine. I guess it when she shipped it out, she know how it is. I'm not, down in the cake, none of that. Mm-hmm. But I can say it was sitting and stuff, whatever, it's gotta be shipped. And it said for where it was at, it was a delay on.
Okay.
But anyway, when it got here and stuff, it was moist and a little bit, and it was fine, man. I can't say that. I'm not go downplay it or none of that because the cake was fine. It just had sat in a in destinations for so long before it was shipped out.
Well, that sounds like a problem with the shipping, like.
Yeah, it was a shipping problem. It wasn't her fault.
Yeah.
Because she did her due and everything. It's a shipping problem the way he had said. But other than that, it was fine, man. You see, I did my trick, Daddy Dan.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna complain because I wanted the cake. And then my old lady like, what's that? And all that, like, you ain't getting none. And so I come back, taking my dog for a while. I come back, why, cake almost gone, dog.
Oh, they ate it up. I got a beef with you, though. How did you allow?
Hold on, I gotta sneak out. I'm hiding it in everything. I eat it, what? So ain't nobody getting no more cake but Twin. And my son, bro, yeah, man, go eat all my cake. Hey, I won that cake. It's gonna be a minute before I order another one, win another one, whatever the case may be.
All right, well, I've seen you cut that slice of cake, right?
Man, I'll try, and Curl and Princeton got over, hey, what a play. I was like, baby, I couldn't walk away from the camera. I mean, I could have walked away when somebody was filming me, but the bowl was right there reachable.
I got you.
And it did. And then I ain't had no milk or whatever. I had to have water or whatever.
My problem, Twin. My problem.
But the cake, other than that, man, hell no. Cake's fine, man, regardless of anything.
My problem with you, Twin, is when you cut that piece of cake, you let the cherry fall.
I didn't know it was right there. I mean, I thought it was on there, and then I looked down, and got my thirsty dog ate it up. I told her, I hope your stomach blow up. Yeah, but other than that, man, that cake fine, man.
I don't know how you let the cherry. I'm disappointed. I don't know how you let the cherry hit the floor.
When I picked it up, and they were like, damn. And I looked down, I'm like, man, yeah. So, other than that, why it's fine, man. I can't say that she did her thing and she put her foot up in there. Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Well, the thing is that she definitely takes pride in her product. So I'm glad that you loved it.
Yeah, man. It's fine, man. Hey, man. That's some old goofiness, man.
What?
What Lil King did.
Yeah, but it's common.
Yeah, it's straight goofy, man. Because let me tell you this: the way society's set up, it come Black Lives Matter and Al Sharpton. If that would have been a redneck racist type cop, and he would have said, "Oh, there's a gun," and aired that little boy out, all hell would have been all hell to the king. They were like, man, why the police had to do him like that? He wasn't in compliance. You can call your lawyer, daddy, whoever you want to. You're not in compliance. You're doing 75 and a 40, whatever the case may be, and you want to come out to the officer like that? Man, that's obstructing justice. Man, you out your body, little boy. You grew up with a silver spoon in your mouth. You trying to get fit in where you don't even belong at. You weren't raised like that, dude.
Well, yes, he was.
He really wasn't, man.
Yes, he was.
I mean, he listened to his. I mean,
the other kids.
You're right. You want me on this. You want me on it because he was raised. Listen to hustle flow and everything else comes out to his daddy music and everything else.
Well, his daddy
so
is
he
an
feel
activist.
like
his daddy is an activist too. His daddy is one of those that spew that shit on the streets about how the police is and all. He do exactly. They had a forum one time in Atlanta, and they were talking with Candace Owens and all the rest of them, and I've watched T.I. do some perked out ass shit, and see what happens is those type of dudes. That's what Anton Daniels was trying to tell you. Those type of dudes, the DL Hughley's and these superstars, they selling tickets when they get to talking that shit about how black people being done. How you gonna talk all that shit and you out here raising menaces to society? You raising the people that put the shit in the police face. You got a lot to do with, you know what I'm saying, what's going on with how our children are out here doing stuff. Not only are you pumping the videos and you pumping that lifestyle out here and making it look cool to be a gangster, not only are you doing that, you are raising it at the same time. Now, I gotta kind of eat a little bit of crow when I say that, because I believe his other children are amazing. They are very talented. They don't get in trouble. You see what I'm saying? They're very good children. They're one of them was a country music singer for a little while, and he's talented, played a guitar. They are well-kept children. They did a great job with those kids. But this particular one went off and lived with his grandmother and stayed in the hood, can't stay off of social media and trolling and doing a lot of different stuff. This is the wrong sheep of their family.
Well, he tried to He try to have that gangster mentality, which he's not.
No,
And his brother, his older brother who you talking about, he tried to put him on game, man. Calm that noise down, whatever. Man, what are you talking about and all that? And I don't know, dude hard-headed, man.
Well, here's
And
the problem.
he ain't about that life, dude.
Here's
He
the
really
problem.
not.
Here's the problem that I see, and I hate to say this because I don't want you to get offended. I think this is my truth. What I've learned in my years of understanding how people accept certain behavior, most people, like, I think that this kid has he has a self-esteem problem. He has to find a place where he's accepted. You see what I'm saying? Like, the world that he grew up in is not hard to be accepted in. If you're a rich kid, you hang around rich kids. He can't accept himself around those kids. He has low self-esteem. I really believe a lot of guys that come out of the hood and come out of the community and end up getting in those type of gangs and acting a certain way, a lot of us have low self-esteem. So we find a place where we can be the man instantly, overnight success. When we go to the club, we got a pocket full of money. People love us for our money. They don't love us for who we are. So that's a low self-esteem type of energy. You know, that's what that is. You know the lifestyle, twin. It was a lifestyle that brought a certain type of attention to you. So I believe that it's a low vibrant type of attention that you get, and it's because of low self-esteem. A lot of people can't really find people that love them or fake love them, and it comes from that lifestyle. And I think this King kid can't find a space. He don't play instruments. He's not the greatest rapper. He's coming from a family of talent, and now he becomes the Tito of the group. So he has to find somewhere where he's accepted. And he think being in that hood shit, he think that there's love out in them streets and love in them hoods, and it's not. And that's why he act the way he act.
Right. And he go mess around and find out that you think that's your home because you've been around a year or two, and he ain't nothing he doing is just snipering you, and he go backdoor you at the end. Oh, King got this. He just put $10,000 in his car while he in the club. Hey, pop the trunk real quick. I know where it's at. And you thought that was your homie. Man, just stay in your lane in them gated communities, man. It's all right to be a neutron. It's okay, but these streets and stuff, whatever you try to do or claim, or whatever gang you try to convert to or whatever, no, you're not about that, King. Stay up in them gated communities.
I don't understand how a society, look, there's no, I can only speak for myself. My children are never brag about how tough their life was living in the street. You know, we couldn't pay the rent and all that. We was poor. We ate bologna sandwiches. We ate cold hot dog. My children will never say that. It's not a flex to say that I came from a low income. It's not a flex. And some people think that you like King, bro, you got millions of dollars behind you.
Yeah.
You look ridiculous trying to be a struggled kid. You look ridiculous. You see what I'm saying? Man. And a lot of people, like, it's like the mentality. I knew some dudes that grew up in downtown and they still live there. They like for some odd reason, they want to live in an environment they just don't want to leave. And I don't mean just being in the downtown location. I own property in downtown location. I'm talking about you don't want to leave living inside the hood where it's that gutter. You don't want to leave that when in fact you can afford to leave there. Certain places are not a lifetime residence. It's a come up. You see what I'm saying? But it's that lifestyle that got you wanting to stay there. You can't leave that environment. I don't know why. You would raise your children in a way that, why wouldn't you choose something better for, maybe not yourself, but why wouldn't you choose something better for your kids?
Yeah, right, exactly. Growing up in that environment and what I grew up in, no, you don't want to grow up around here, no. Because when my shorties and mine, my boys, I took them to O Block. And I stayed on 63rd and everything. I stayed a block off Chief Keef. And they was hollering at O Block and 63rd and all that. I said, come here, come with me. I'm gonna show you something. I took them to O Block and see how it was. I took some different streets to see, hey, this is what we used to do right here on this block. Sell dope and gangbang. I said, you see that sign? You see that over there, them bottles and stuff to my dead homies and all that? That's what Shorty just got killed the other day. I mean, these shorties, my shorties was 6, 7 years old, 2 years apart. And I showed them the way. I said, man, you don't want to live that life. Now they got older and all that, and some went to jail, some didn't, and whatever. But I was just teaching them, man, this is what you want. No, man, be a leader, not a follower, man. Don't ever let a sucker pull you off your square off anything. I don't care how much money they got. I don't care how rich or whatever case may be. Don't never let a sucker pull you in, man. Do what you do you. Because a nigga ain't gonna send you nothing on your books if you get locked up. They'll wear your t-shirt when you in your casket. They say rest in peace, homie. But other than that, they don't give a damn about you.
Yeah.
You ain't got no real homies out here no more. Real homies that's close to you, they telling on you, they robbing you. Them ain't your homies, man. When the last time he made a phone call and check on you? What you saying for? I asked you a question. So I know you lying. You saying Come on, man. Gang recognize gang, man. And dude, you don't fit in this, man, K. You're not about that life. So stay in the gated community, man. What you been doing?
How y'all parents feel about y'all being out here? How y'all?
I got it. I understand, twin. All right, brother, listen, I'm going to move on because I got another story I want to try to cover before we get out of here.
Tell your stories.
All right, brother.
All right, then, man.
All right, man. Peace. That was twin. Let me go back to the phone lines before I move on to this next video. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
Wyatt. Hello, my brother. How are you?
What's going on, Alethea? What's happening with you, sis?
Yeah, I'm doing great. I just wanted to call and not argue with you, but just have you look at a few other aspects.
You know I was playing. But I ain't about to figure it out no other kind of way. I see it for what it is, and you ain't about to convince me no other way.
Okay.
I know how you are. You're gonna have me on the ropes and have me thinking, but no.
Well, it was just two things you kept saying that I know that it was a little. I figured you didn't know because you really don't follow hip hop like that. So that's why I was like, well, let me call it.
I don't follow hip hop like what?
Yeah. But he wasn't raised by T.I. and Tiny.
Okay.
He was raised by his grandmother, which is white. And that's why he don't have the characteristics that resemble the other children.
How do you know that?
He has been.
Wait a minute. Whoa. So he was raised by his white grandmother. That's why he don't act like the other children.
Yeah, because he's always been a little off and disrespectful. So this is what I'm letting you know. Like something I feel like you probably would not know.
Okay.
But that's what he was there. And he was pacified as the only child because you're being raised by your grandmother. And he chose, like you said, you did get this part, right? He wanted to be in the hood because he felt like his dad and his mom gave him a suburban lifestyle. So he really wanted to grasp onto the real, what he called the real Atlanta.
That's his parents' fault.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, sis. That's his parents' fault. His parents sent. Wait a minute. Hold on. His parents sent him somewhere where he was not going to get proper supervision, proper structure. His parents sent him there, and they sent him there knowing that he was going to go to the hood.
Well, they wanted T.I. I'm gonna speak for T.I. because that's what he said. He said he wanted him to show you the ghetto. The hood don't love you. They will run through you. And it sent him back home. So listen for me. Like when he went back home, this is when him and his father kept butting heads because his father has certain standards now. Now, I'm not saying he was this big father of the year or whatever prior to, but he has really created like this protection zone over his kids of letting him know the real. And him showing up to that police car, I don't think it looked bad on T.I. I think he naturally did what any parent would do.
No.
He wasn't rah-rah. He wasn't trying to chest bump. He didn't even challenge the police. He had a question. He said, did he state his fear?
So?
Because well, what I'm saying is he only asks questions. So any parent would do that. Yeah. I will do that. I'm not saying our kids will have that similar behavior, but regardless, if our children call us, we're going to come. And then one of his other children went through this very same thing. And when I say privileged children act like this, I'm serious. Privileged children act like this. I showed you the Nicole Richies, the Paris Hiltons, Amanda Bynes, like this. They have this something that if you grow up in the hood, you're not going to have this privilege kind of thing going on.
I don't agree with that.
Call my lawyer.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
I'm going to say that this resembles a lot of children that I've seen that are children of stars. This behavior is very recognizable. That they don't want to listen to the proper authorities because of who they think they are because of what their parents achieved.
I mean, that is a legitimate explanation. I don't agree with it all. I don't think that you're wrong. I think that there is a level of privileged kids out, a level that, these privileged kids take it to another thing. But his behavior is very common to street dudes. They do that same shit. I don't care if you privileged or non-privileged.
But you say his dad taught him this.
He did.
And that's why I feel like I disagree.
He did.
Because I know for a fact a man will not teach his he won't teach his sons like that, because he's really tried to be instrumental in his life and let him know to change the behaviors. And we've seen on camera where he tried to attack his dad and his mom on cameras because he's rejecting the lesson.
Slow down a second. You said you don't think his dad taught him that.
I don't.
I got evidence that he has.
I don't think he taught him that.
There's a difference between fact and opinion. I have evidence that his dad taught him this way.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
You're not gonna ask
only
me
because I've seen.
You're not gonna ask
how
me.
he raised. If he taught him that, he would taught all his. They got 7 kids. This is the closest thing to how Tiny says the Jackson 5.
Okay.
Because she has very, very talented children. Her youngest son, he's very smart. I mean, an overachiever. That T.I.'s aunt had helped him. Go ahead.
I've complimented how the other children are. They weren't as
7 out of 7 kids. You only get 1 bad seed.
Now,
I don't think this is the
teaching. We don't know that the other kids aren't. We don't know what's going on with them. We know the high profile ones. We know how they moving. But sis, I would think that if you had me in a certain position, like in a conversation, if I say to you that I have evidence about something, I would think instead of you saying I don't think so, you would ask me, well, what's your evidence?
Yeah, what is it? I'm just saying,
you
just like you showed in this video,
you don't,
and you said that his dad taught him that.
Yeah,
I think that's something you should play to say this is him teaching his son. This behavior.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Do you really want to know the evidence, or you just want to believe it the way you see it?
No,
you want the evidence.
I think all of it is opinionated. I mean, at the end of the day, because this is this man's and woman's family. And we have seen where he have been under like corrective actions from his parents where they're teaching him the total opposite of what he's doing. So if you have evidence, I would love to see that because I have not seen that as of yet.
Okay, here's what I can do. Here's what I can't do. I can't play the evidence for you, but I can steer you in the direction of the evidence. Let me, before I do that, let me say it to you like this. Whenever somebody, let's use Twin as an example. God bless him.
Okay.
Do you see the comments when people make comments about when Twin's making he's giving his opinion about certain things? Did you see the comments about how they judge Twin's children based on how Twin is? You can do that.
I think that,
wait a minute. Yes or no?
I'm
yes
under
or no?
a different. I don't think you should ask me that because I'm under a different perspective of all that.
Okay,
so
that's true.
I don't agree what people comment on Twin because they're assuming because of how his opinions are. Like, so they think very less of Twin. So of course they're going to think very less of their children, and it's proven. It's in the comments, and I don't agree with that.
Let me say this to you. The old saying, "The apple doesn't fall far from the tree." T.I. is a rapper. He's a high-profile rapper, but T.I. has multiple court cases. He's been in multiple gun violence in trials. He was damn near going to jail for the rest of his life. He is on federal paperwork right now. He is an example of where his child is going right now in life. His daddy, this King kid's daddy, is he is a carbon copy of his father. He's acting out just like his father act out. Now, he's a multi-millionaire now, and he's learned to do better, but his son knows his daddy's history. He's following in his father's footsteps.
I don't think that's accurate.
Okay, you don't have, look, that's my evidence right there. Just like any brother who has a father that grew up in the hood, and he follows his father's footsteps by selling drugs and beating women and doing all those things, he's following in his father's footsteps, and that's the evidence that I can give you right there.
Okay,
not only
like
that,
twin,
what is this?
Just like twin have a past, we all do. I have a past, you have a past, and saying that it's not okay to say because we had experienced this lifestyle that this is why we teach our kids, because your children are phenomenal. Wyatt, and you know we did not lead in that example when we were that age. It took us a while. Like you said, a key point you said, he learned different. So when you learn different, you teach different. Let me just say this so that's how I feel like he has 6 out of 7 that is doing great. So I can't say, that's like saying one of your babies will be out here wilding out because you used to wild
That's not true. They would if I showed them. If I put it in their face, they got a better shot at being as wild as those people were in my neighborhood back in the day.
I'm sure you're very honest with your children, as am I. One thing I very honest with our children, and we steered them the opposite direction. Like, you don't want to go down this road because we've been here before, and it's not good.
No, that don't. So
that's not teaching. That's telling them to go the opposite. Don't do what I did. Keep yourself together.
Sis, listen. Let me tell you, some children look at you and say, but you made it out. You made it out, Wyatt, or you made it out. Like, say, for instance, I'm T.I.
To their father.
The other ones might have a different, they might have a different perception of what T.I. is teaching them and what Tiny is teaching them. But this is the one who gravitated to the gangster that his daddy is. Mm-hmm. His father set the example. Everything this kid is doing is what his daddy did. You don't see the coalition in there?
You don't think that? Like, that's why he wanted to go and be raised his... I'm asking a question. Yes. I'm not debating you.
Yes.
Is that the reason why he wanted to go to his grandmother? Because his father was raising him to do something different.
Yes.
So he just wasn't agreed upon. He wanted a taste of the real hood Atlanta. And that's just something his parents wasn't.
Sis, I love you to death, but I don't understand this argument. Because
I'm asking you a question. Like, why would his desire be to be raised by his grandmother when you got 2 able bodies that have an expectation? And it happened in my home, have an expectation in your house. And they will tell you, any parent will tell you, in this house, you got to follow these rules. If you can't, see your way out the door.
All right, let me tell you. Maybe the other children's mentalities are, we're cool with being rich kids. Maybe this kid, because that's what the parents are setting an example of. You have a $3 or $4 million mansion in Atlanta. They're cool with learning how to be those $3-4 million mansion kids. But then the other example is, my daddy is a gangster, and he gets a lot of respect, and he gets red carpets rolled out for him in different cities, and he's a rapper, and he got his hat to the side. He a bad motherfucker, and that's what I want to be. He go to jail for toting guns, and he on federal parole, and he get a lot of attention for that. So I want to be like that. You don't think that's a probable? You don't think that that's what happens? Why do you think most of the kids in the neighborhood grow up the way they grow up when they know how they daddy ain't shit? They want to be ain't shit just like they daddy. Somebody
he changed for you. So you think just because you did that when you were younger, didn't have all the proper knowledge, now you learn from that, you done changed your life. You're not that, I guess, gangster rapper. You're now businessman, family man. You're a hip hop legend, of course, but you're building brands, you got clothing lines, you're showing your kids a different way. You don't think he deserves a lot more respect than, oh, he's just a rapper? Like, he's no longer that.
Well,
like, even you give it to 50. I think 50 is a gangster rapper, but he switched his game because he learned more.
Yeah, but here's the
So you can't say he's just a gangster rapper anymore. He's a wise businessman.
Okay. And if he had a child that was running around here wilding out like King, I would say the same thing about him. But that's
he would know because he's not a good father.
Well, I don't. I
mean, he wouldn't know at all. So I just think King was a handful. That's my only take of it. It's not to argue with you.
I mean,
it's just seen that way because he don't listen to his parents at all.
Well, you know,
and he challenges his dad like physically, like trying to fight him and stuff. Like that's
what street dudes do.
That's odd to me because he's wanting him to have more.
Well, okay. All right, sis. Well, we'll have to agree that, I think I understand your perspective. I just don't agree with it all the way. I think he just happens to be one of those kids.
You know T.I. from
if his dad
the rapping.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And I get what you're saying.
You would have every leg to stand on, sis, with your point, if his dad was Will Smith. Okay, if his dad,
I don't want to go there.
No. What I'm saying to you is what I'm saying to you is this. Let's just say if his daddy was Jazzy Jeff. Let's say if his daddy was Quale or somebody that came out with dance music, not gangster music, and didn't set a precedent that he's a bad MF in the streets and didn't tote guns and wasn't catching federal cases and stuff like that. But you cannot veer off if you have a father that is doing things like that. There is a high probability that you're going to have a child that gravitates to how you were. And you have an example out there. You have a lifestyle that you've shown as being glamorous of being in the streets like that. There's a kid that's going to gravitate to that.
All this is before him. So you get that knowledge because you lived through it. This is before him. He switched his lifestyle up. So he gets credit. My call was, I personally don't think he taught this behavior to his son.
You don't have to teach it.
Try to teach opposite of how he led this in his previous life, and his son is just rejecting it.
You don't have to teach it. It's an example sketched in stone. His daddy is a rap legend. His daddy don't have to say a word about who he is and what he was. It's enough videos. There's enough content out there showing who his father was and how much money he made of being that person and how much love and respect he got for being that person. He was a gangster on radio rap and all of that. He wants that lifestyle. Why would a multi-million-dollar child want to grow up in the hood? What's the incentive there?
Exactly. He don't want to follow home rules.
No, he wants to be like daddy was. What do you mean? He wants to be like his father.
It could have been the wrong crowd, friends, like you.
You know what I don't see?
I just believe that this.
You know what I don't see?
You're privileged like that. It's a recognized behavior. It's just not King. It's a lot of white kids, black kids, Mexicans.
Maybe so.
When you're privileged like that,
this ain't got nothing to do with
silly stuff like how that interaction happened with that police. It should have never happened that way.
Privileged
and
kids
I think anybody will come up on that scene as a parent. They will ask the same frequent questions, but T.I. was very calm. I think he handled himself very well.
Because he don't have no choice, sis. He can't get into no squabbles out there with the police. He on paperwork. He can't walk up. He can't walk up.
He has a choice. He just made the better choice. Because he's no longer that guy.
No, that's not necessarily it. He's on federal paperwork. He can't go in there and get in no problems with the police.
Listen. If somebody called me about any one of my I have 5 children, and they tell me that my child has done something's going to ring a bell to say either my child is guilty of it or my child did not do this because that's not their behavior. When he got that call, he knew his son was off the hook. He's very knowledgeable about his son. It's just his son rejects him because he's trying to get him to live a better life. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, but you
are right about the T.I.'s past, but I'm just trying to tell you, this young man is off the hook. He's like a spoiled brat.
You don't think when T.I. walked to that scene or drove over to that scene and walked up to the police, you don't honestly think that he thought his son didn't do nothing wrong?
No, I'm saying he know he did his son.
So why
did
would you
something.
ask a defensive
I'm
question?
saying he already had the knowledge.
So,
like
but-
what
but
this
wait
boy
a
done
minute,
got
but wait a
into. You
minute.
know, like we parents, we know.
But wait a minute. You don't think him having a defensive approach to the police explains how he parents? When he asked the police officer, okay, number one, the police officer explained everything that put his son in that position. And you know what a real father would have said? A real father would have said, well, you know, I appreciate you all not taking this to another level. Because if he had a gun, if my son had a gun in the car and TCH or whatever that stuff was, and y'all didn't drag him out of the car, and you know, I appreciate that. Y'all kept my son safe because my son was being a knucklehead.
Well, he don't have to say all that.
Well, what
you
but
don't
what he
have to.
said
You
was
don't have to
crazy.
say that. I think T.I. handled the situation
Of
very
course.
well.
No,
and what
how?
I'm saying is that don't declare him as a bad father. He's still a real father because he showed up knowing his son did something wrong. That's what I'm saying. He knowingly.
All right, sis, you know
What did my son do?
See,
He's
here go the
not
problem.
denying
Here
it.
go
But
the-
I'm saying it doesn't take away. I feel like you're taking away from T.I. being a father and an upstanding man today to his kids. I'm talking to his kids only. To how he used to be, and that's not okay. Like
Well,
because
here's the- well,
we
no,
lead different
what I
lifestyle
think what
because
you're
of our
missing-
children.
I think-
That's who motivates us to become a better person in this life.
I think what you're missing is this. I think I'm not trying to take anything away from T.I. and Tiny's accolades of being a parent. I already said that they had kids that are great and talented, and not
you
on this.
did say that,
not
but
on
you
this path
said
at
a
all.
real father would have said this.
Yes,
and I just
yes.
feel like no,
A real
like
father
he did
would have
what he
came.
had to do. He
A
asked the
real
question.
father would have came with accountability versus defense. Okay, a defensive. Did he tell you he was scared? Did he act like he was scared? You seen the video. T.I. don't know how his son was acting. Did this kid come
He
off like?
only
Wait a
asked
minute.
the question. He didn't. He
I know.
didn't. He
Questions.
didn't argue with the police with their answer. He said,
can't argue.
"Okay."
He can't. It wouldn't have been the first time that he would have. If he wasn't on paper, if certain. I've seen T.I. argue with the police about certain things when he was dead wrong. And all I'm telling you is the only reason why he didn't come aggressive is because he's on paper, number one. Number two, he knew his son probably did something wrong. He was just making up a defensive parent excuse. Did he tell you that he was scared? Wait a minute. Let me ask. You seen the video, right, sis?
Yes, I seen what you showed.
Did the kid, and I'm gonna stop calling him a kid because he a young grown ass man
Yeah,
right now.
grown
Let me
man,
ask you
yeah.
a question. Did he come off as being scared or arrogant?
He came off being very arrogant,
Okay, so now
unwilling,
there was the question.
uncooperative.
Okay,
the same
wait a minute.
way I've seen him with his parents.
Okay, it doesn't matter. Maybe his parents are the reason why he act that way. Okay, we can blame it on the grandmamas and all of that.
Okay.
But what I'm saying to you is, when his daddy showed up, it's just like the people that show up at the Cincinnati Public School. You in Cincinnati Public Schools, you got a badass kid up there starting problems, beating people up, fighting one another, and them same defensive ass parents come up to the school and get into a fight with the teachers, the principals, the bodyguards, or the security. They go up there with that same parenting defensive mechanism when they kid dead ass wrong, and they taught their kid to be that way.
I've never seen that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. When I seen with his other child, he has another child, Major. He got in trouble with the police.
I ain't talking about them.
Publicly spoke out and said it's a learning moment.
I'm not talking
and
about
it's
them.
parenting responsibilities. Like you just said, the difference between those two. One was a minor, and now King is a grown man. His daddy showed up as a grown man. I'm telling you, there's something off with King. I don't think it's a parenting issue.
Okay.
I think it's the mentality that whatever the son is going through, it could be something mental, behavioral. I don't know, but I can definitely tell you.
So you don't think?
Why
Well, let me ask
you
you a
being
question.
a grown man with a
ask you a
family
question.
and a child, would you call your daddy on the scene when I'm not listening to you in the real world?
He didn't. If you listen to the video, if you listen to it, there was a young lady that answered the phone and said, "I'll be there in 10 minutes."
Yes.
That wasn't his daddy. The girl probably called his father and said, "Hey, they got King, and They got him in custody, blah, blah, blah. And T.I. went up there on his own. But it was a young lady that the guy ended up calling because they have
But
to.
the daddy came on scene for
So
a
what's the point?
grown man is what I'm trying to
Right,
say. Like
right.
King is
So-
not displaying grown man behavior. Is that the father or the parents' fault? No, and that's the only thing I was calling for. Like, I think he was pushing this more to the parents. And I think
It
as a grown
is.
man, make your own decisions. All these actions don't reflect on your parenting. It reflects on you now. You're in the world leading your life like this. Only thing that involved T.I. is because he's your father and he showed up on the scene because he was called there, whether it was from him or somebody else that was there. Handle your shit like a grown man that you claim that you are, the gangster you claim you want to be, the same person that you step to your dad. Make sure you handle this. Make sure you handle this. So that's why I'm saying, like, I think it's a difference of views for this, because if he was a minor, I could go with what you're saying and say, yeah, this parenting it. No, this a grown man.
Okay, sis, I promise to let you have the last word, but I just want to say one
Okay,
more
go
thing.
ahead. I'm not gonna hold you up. Go ahead. Love you.
Love you too. Talk to you soon,
Bye-bye.
sis. All right, bye-bye. Here's what I don't understand with people that say things like, he's a grown-ass man. You don't think that parents have a big part in how people are as a grown person? You don't think that his parents are responsible for how he thinks and functions as an adult? So let me get this straight. You raise a kid till they 18, 19, 20, 22 years old, or whatever the age is when they get out on their own. Now they out there on their own, and you don't think how you parented to them has anything to do with how they function as an adult and their decision making? Now it's just all on them. They making these decisions, so they need to just, take a responsibility. It's on them. No, the parent has a lot to do with the decision making and how these people, the conflict resolutions, how they deal with their issues. A lot of this has to do with the parents. You don't think that this King kid wants to live in the shoes of his gangster ass daddy? There's no excuse. I just can't figure this one out. I can't figure that. I don't even know why people don't see the correlation between how King is living and how his daddy was living, and how his daddy put this lifestyle on wax. His daddy glorified this type of lifestyle, being in the streets. You don't know me. Having this talk to the police ass crazy shit. That's how his daddy was. That's why he was cased up, running around with big guns and catching federal cases for doing gangster shit. He didn't go to jail for no little bit. He didn't face no little bitty shit. He was dealing with arms. Stop. Let me go back to the phone lines. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
It's Mr. Take on All Comers.
Darren, what's good?
You the man. I'm just visiting.
Well, let's get at it, bro. I'm running close on my time, but you can have as much as you need. What's on your mind?
Well, you're right.
I know that killed you. I know that killed
T.I. did. No, it didn't. It didn't bother me at all. I told you, I'm right. I'm with you 75, 80% of the time. Is that 20% that you be missing be wild in the motherfucker.
Okay, well, let's go at it. Go ahead, bro. Tell me what you think about it.
Yeah, T.I. Kind of, glorified that lifestyle on wax. And it wasn't just enough for his kids to just sit home and be rich kids and be good citizens.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? T.I. came down to the scene, huffing and puffing, in the defense mechanism. But unlike that black woman in Chicago, he didn't take a victory lap on his kid. Talk about something. I told you your cousins wasn't shit. Wow. Well, that lady just totally shitted on her son. T.I. came, his whole focus was, let me get my son out of here, whether he was right, wrong, or indifferent.
Okay. I think
that
it's a
one
different
woman
situation,
went down
though.
there and took a victory lap on her son.
I think it's
didn't give a damn about him.
I think it's a different situation, but I hear you.
But what's the different situation? Your young adult son has been jammed up by the police and ain't coming home tonight.
Do you think that the King kid, T.I.'s son, is running with the wrong group? Meaning, like, is he running with his brothers and his sisters or his cousins? Is he running with
think
people
he came
that?
home. I think he's just born to a couple assholes.
It just seemed. Well, I don't know. It seems to me.
No. Let's not kid ourselves, Randall. This is the same. When we talk about T.I.'s music, now he's back, 50 years old, rapping about running from the police, running red lights and stuff.
Yeah, I agree. I can't fight you on
And
that.
don't forget the sexual exploits they were accused of.
I agree. I
Him and
can't
his
fight
mom.
you on
These
that.
are a couple of assholes. King is just one of their, is the one who's adapting and following their traits.
Well, I agree. I agree. I think that he's the one that gravitated to the street shit that they talked about and that they were part of and coming up. And I think this is the repercussions of parents that end up being high profile, and they did what they had to do to get their bag. They get the bag, and now I believe one of their children become victim to that same lifestyle that they put other kids into. You understand what I'm saying? I think that their kid right here is the one that gravitated to the nonsense, to the thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of kids that followed T.I. and did some shit out there based on his music. And, I think that they have a son, and that's the son that's paying the price of their success.
Yeah, and a lot of these Nepo kids are just kind of just wild at this point anyway. I guess the new black wealth has you kind of produce some just incorrigible children. The only one who acts with any type of reason seems to be Ice Cube's kid, O'Shea Jr. But at the same time, he'll give like a real wild opinion, but it doesn't hurt anybody. It just shows his youth. You see what I'm saying?
I think you have a point there. I think he's been one of the smart ones who said, well, yeah, of course my daddy gave me a different lifestyle, and now I'm going to take advantage of the opportunities that he's provided me for that being my father. He's not going back down to Compton or Long Beach and wanting to be out in the streets and all that old shit like what his daddy talked about. He didn't gravitate to that part of it.
Right, and don't forget, young T.I.'s little boy was in the bathroom running fades in middle school.
Yeah, he was a badass because his daddy was a badass, and he lived up to that same, reputation of his dad wanting to be a badass. His daddy was a street dude, and that's what he wanted. I mean, to me, this shit is just very. I don't expect everybody to understand what's going on here because everybody ain't from the same place, but I know dudes they're not in this high profile level spot, and they followed the same pattern of their daddies. And they daddy had very little to anything to do with their lives. This is a DNA type of thing. It's like when your father a street dude, you have a reputation, that you follow. And people expect you in the neighborhood to act like your daddy. They expect you to be like your father.
You see, and people are always telling themselves without knowing it. Just like this just clearly shows why you have such contempt for your dad. You didn't want to be none of that DNA that he has. You wanted none of that.
But you're right. I'll be honest. There's a level of what you're saying is right. I wouldn't trade my life. Okay.
No, I wasn't dissing you, but go ahead.
No. What I'm saying is I wouldn't take anything away from my, if I could have changed some things, I probably would have changed a few things, but overall, I wouldn't change anything. I don't like who my father is. Okay. But at the same time, to be honest with you, Darren, that don't mean that I'm okay with the DNA that passed on. He gave me that hustle DNA. My mother had a little bit of it too, but I probably would not have taken some of the risks that I took in life if I didn't have his DNA in me. The DNA, you got to learn how to gauge it. You got to work it like it's like a boat. Boat don't have it don't have brakes. So you got to balance a boat. You know what I'm saying? So you got to balance your DNAs of the mixtures of the criminal element that you may be born with. Sometimes that criminal element is just hustle, and you got to gear that hustle into something that's legitimate and use that strength of that hustle to get in something legitimate and use that same, use that hustle you got and keep pushing. Unfortunately, some of us take that hustle and we keep it on the street that we inherit.
How long you been on the air? How many years?
6 years.
6 years. And April 16th, 2026 marks the first time that you have ever spoke positively of your old man.
I don't know if that was positive.
It was better than it had been.
Well, to get someone's DNA and to convert it over to something
Nah,
positive.
I was just joking with you. I'm
Okay,
just
I was
kidding
gonna
with you.
say
We don't
I
need to
got
go
his
down that rabbit hole.
DNA. I got his DNA, and I use his DNA for something positive. So now, I guess if that's a compliment to him, that's fine. I guess, right? I guess that's fine to say. But I'm
I'm gonna say
telling
it's a compliment because
okay, I don't know
but
about that.
let's move on, as the Black Lion likes to say.
Okay,
Let me ask you a question. Do you think AvTab is intentionally raising these Black women up to knock them down, or is it just unintended consequences of calling himself elevating people?
I think. Why you say that? Why you put me on blast on spot like that? Because
that's a very reasonable question to the talk show host.
Okay, all right. But you know that it takes a personal opinion to answer that, and that can put me in a certain light.
No, it's not a personal opinion.
Yeah,
I mean, do you think that that's a byproduct of sticking to agendas of trying to elevate the Black woman, or is he doing this on purpose? Does he know that like this is going to kind of Iris is done. When he's done, Iris is done.
I'm going to answer
and Cheryl Lone's probably done too.
I'm going to answer that, and I'm going to answer it in a way that you probably will expect from me, okay? Because you and I know each other. But a lot of people might not think that I'm going to answer this. They may not think that. They may be surprised at this truth that I'm about to tell. But you kind of know who I am, and you know I'm going to tell the truth. This won't shock you. I don't think that he's trying to build Black women up to tear them down intentionally. Okay. I think what he's doing is what most manipulators do. Surround yourself up with people that'll keep you safe. Keep you safe. Keep him safe. And then spit them out when they're like a piece of old bubble gum. Like, I'm going to use what I can use to maneuver the way I need to maneuver. And those that go down in sacrifice just hit the flat. They just go away. I think he's a manipulator and a user. And I think that if he can't use white women like he uses Black women in the city, because Black women are more powerful in a city like a Cincinnati than white women are. White women have no say-so in the city of Cincinnati. The influencers are all Black women in Cincinnati. Look at your leadership in Cincinnati. Show me a Black leader that people listen to that's a male. I mean, I don't mean just listen to like we heard him on the microphone. I'm talking about who moves something. It's Black women in Cincinnati.
Ain't none of these Negroes got no juice, no more.
But if I asked you that same question, you would give me 4 women names instead of ain't no Black men doing it like that. That's what I'm saying. So what do you use if you're a person that needs to be able to keep themselves safe? You use the most powerful person, most powerful people. You use the nucleus of the Black woman. And that's why he surrounds himself around Black women, and he feed them and give them things, and it keeps them safe. See, because they know that they can control the Black community. They have all the megaphones and all the ability to do that. And it's just a typical thing that people of outside our culture do. They learn to use the things that we need, or that's believed to be needed in our community. They take you away from self-sufficiency. No, they don't take you away from self-sufficiency. They make you believe that the people in place are in favor of your self-sufficiency, when in fact they really not. They really there just to influence the community not to go hard on him. Do you understand?
Exactly, and see, it's also a part of the intelligent design.
I tell you
to
this,
keep the Black community down.
Can I say this?
Put the women out front, let them be leaders.
Can I say this one last thing?
Absolutely,
it's the same point. I made a comment about white women in the city of Cincinnati are not as influential as the Black women are. Do you, just by yes or no, do you agree with that or disagree with that?
Wholeheartedly. White women have very little influence over their community compared to the influence of Black women over our community.
You know my evidence of that?
Please.
My evidence to that is how they're doing the white woman police chief. They would never do a Black woman the way they doing her. And look at how they did. What was the lady named, the sister that was the police officer, and they did her wrong? See what I'm saying?
Pettis.
And see how they brought her back, and she and blah blah blah. And don't you find it funny that the black leaders in the city of Cincinnati who call themselves leader, they don't even mention her. They don't go to bat for her. They don't say that the city is two different situations, two different Cincinnatis and all that on her. They don't speak up like that. You know why? Because they would have to hold the people that they're supposed to have that person's back. They support the people who did that lady like that. And it just puzzles me that nobody calls them out on that shit.
Right. And they're not and they're not necessarily in supporting Cheryl Long either, which tells me that they know that she's just the
No, Cheryl Long is the golden goose though.
No, she's running all for what did they say? She's, doing all this through, AFTAB being the shadow government behind her.
Well, I don't know about all that, and I don't want to speak on something that I don't know about per se. But what I will say is I know who signed the checks, and I know who the decision makers are when it comes down to certain people getting certain things, and that's the person you don't want to piss off. So that's the person you protect. That's the person that you say, hey, I don't have a problem with that person, or you say nothing at all. See, I pay attention to what people bitch and complain about at certain times, when it's convenient for them to bitch and complain, and then when it's inconvenient for them to bitch and complain, who say things when it benefits them and who stay quiet when they can be hurt. I pay attention to that.
That a kid. Hey, it's been real. I had fun. We'll chat this up some other time, but until then, y'all be safe. It's Beowulf checking out.
I didn't hang up on him. I think it went out. I think his howl may have broke the phone line. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
What's good, Wyatt? This is Black Lion.
Hey, Black Lion. What's good with you, brother?
Just shit, a little bit of everything. I called the Eric Twin the fuck out because he got out of pocket in the damn chat.
Did he really? I didn't see it, brother. I promise you.
Well, let me tell you what happened. I saw a Facebook page post talking about a boy who beat up his teacher in Chicago.
Okay.
So I went to YouTube and I typed it in, Chicago, Illinois news, boy beats up his teacher. In the clips on the side, because it gives you a row of other associated videos, there's a bunch of videos with Twin Joyner's name on it. So I'm like, what the fuck is that? Word of association. I know that name. I clicked on it and I come to learn that Twin has a son with his exact same name who's been all through the news and tried and convicted in court for beating up and raping a white woman. So I text Twin, I shooted all of the information to him like, hey, you see this, bro? You see this? Oh yeah, that's my son and this and that. Well, I figured that much out. So this man mad at me for being able to do a Google search, a YouTube search, and indirectly finding his name. So now I'm all kind of bitches in the chat and I'm all kind of MFers and motherfuckers. And I didn't even hide it. I shot the information straight to him. Like, check this, look at this. And he already knew. And then it get real heinous when you, not the videos, but you look up the news articles and you read the case and what this man did to this white girl and how he did it. The shit is horrible. And I find the irony in the fact that he'd get on here and talk about somebody else's kid. T.I. ain't snatching women and grabbing them behind the building and beating them up and raping them. He ain't charged for that. He doing a little speed and got a gun, talking shit. And he pointing fingers at a kid for doing less shit. And being mad because he get aired out about it. The man should have been smart enough to not use his real name, knowing what his kids out there fucking doing. Having an idea of what the fuck it is. Wyatt, I've been Black Lion for almost 30 years. Only on the strength that when I first was calling the radio, I was using my name. Then I said, well, I'm ruffling a lot of feathers. A lot of people gonna be angry. I don't think I want my regular name being used, that everybody know it and being publicized on whatever. I mean, it's just that simple. Just make a better decision, which he chose not to. So now he mad. They calling this woman Jericho all kind of bitches and shit because his bitch ass son because he mad that a simple Google search gonna pull up his damn name, not even looking for it. Not even trying to put, you even got to put his name in. It's a God. And the whole other kid on the other party, it wasn't even Chicago, it was in Illinois, because you know Chicago tiny. But the surrounding suburban neighborhoods appear to make Chicago big, but it's not. It's really tiny. So yeah, I had to air this motherfucker out, man. Fuck him. Fuck him and that shit he wrote in.
I thought y'all were better than that. I really thought that y'all was.
I thought I was
I
too.
thought y'all
I didn't
earned
go
that.
out publicizing this. I didn't go out demeaning people. I ain't calling people bitches.
Yeah, I thought y'all had patched up y'all loose ends, but I see not.
No, I had to air this motherfucker out. Like, no, hell no, nigga. Hell no, you ain't about to go off on me talking crazy and shit for some shit your kid did.
Well,
you got me fucked up.
I'm glad that I don't have an enemy in you. Let's just say what else you got, Black Lion?
That's it, bro. I wanted to air this motherfucker out. That's it.
Wow. Okay.
All right. One, I'm going back to the chat.
All right, man. Talk to you. Wow. I tell you what. Let me just say this. I can't go without saying something. I think we do have to be careful in the things that we do and say. It's okay to have opinions, okay, about how things are moving out here. Shaba said, talk money before you go, Wyatt. I do need to change the subject, don't I? All right, let me finish my thought. I think that okay. Let me catch my breath. I was always raised to believe not to throw stones in a glass house. Okay? It's tough doing this, doing what I'm doing right now. It is unbelievably tough to have the opinions that I have. And air them out and say it and give you my opinion and say the things that I say because I'm not me, like I'm not Mr. Goodbar. I mean, I haven't been, I guess I'm Mr. Goodbar in the last 25, 30 years of my life, but I don't even know how to say this, bro, without trying to make it, I don't know how to say this, but I do believe that you have to be, okay, I'm just going to say, you have to be careful with having certain opinions about what's going on in this world when you haven't walked in a straight, narrow situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't come up here talking about teenage pregnancy and how parents failed and this and this and this and this and that. And then I got two little girls out here wilding with babies with 3 or 4 different men. I can't come on Wyatt Live and talk like that. I'll be honest with you and tell you that that's why what I've done on this platform is some okay with it and some challenge and whatever. But one of the reasons why I share my personal experiences is so you'll know where I'm coming from, why I have the opinions that I do. It's like I can't come on here and talk about that street shit and put it all the way down when I indulged in it at a young age. I can tell you my perspective. I can give you my ideas of why I know that they have other choices, and I could come up with a whole lot of other ways of saying stuff. But what you're not going to ever hear me do is I am not going to throw stones in a glass house. I will admit to you my faults and my flaws and the things that I've done, and then let you judge if I even have a reason. Why should I be talking about that? Do I have room to talk? I don't know, man. I don't. Sometimes I think people that have been through some things and they lived a certain life and they failed at certain things, I really think they are sometimes the best people to talk about certain things because of their experiences. I'm one of them guys that generally like to speak with people that have experienced things. You know what I'm saying? Versus somebody that got a lot to say but ain't never been nowhere, ain't never done anything. They can keep their mouth shut. Like you got all them guys that talk that talk all that African shit and they ain't been past Covington, Kentucky. They ain't went past Dayton, Ohio. They've been in Cincinnati their whole life, or they've been in Cleveland their whole life. They ain't been nowhere, but they got all these worldly vision views about how things work, but they ain't never been nowhere. Those type of people generally piss me off, to be honest with you. But yeah, I'm lost. I'm a little lost for words how that one went down. I hope those brothers get it together. I don't know what that chat must have been fierce. That chat must have been some dangerous shit going on. I don't know. Y'all was throwing haymakers and shit in that chat, I'm assuming. I don't know what y'all was talking about. I'll be honest with you. I didn't see any of that. That shit, that was a body blow, Black Lion. You just hit me with a body shot, and a kidney body shot knocked me down. I couldn't get up. Let me go to the phone lines before I get out of here. I got about 9 minutes and I'm out. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
Yeah, let me elaborate on what that bitch ass nigga did.
I didn't know that was you, Twin.
No, hold on. A couple of months ago,
really
last year.
Hold on, Twin. I'm gonna give you a couple minutes to get it out, but I want to be clear with everybody. I don't want to do this.
I know you don't.
Hold on. I'm gonna give you an opportunity to defend yourself because something was said derogatory. Okay, I'm gonna give you that because I believe that you owe that from man to man. So I'm gonna give you that, but I need to deaden it at this. Once you finish saying what you're saying, I need y'all to take that shit somewhere else. All right, that's all I'm gonna say about it. But go ahead, do what you do, bro.
I'm gonna respect your podcast and all that. Why a couple of months ago last year, I DM'd you about my son's situation. And I asked you for advice where what you think I should handle. And we talked off air, and you had called me. I don't know if you remember, but you had called me back and everything. You said, do it this way, Twin. Yeah. Nigga, for you and that bitch to do a fucking investigation on me, nigga, y'all some hoes. Who does that shit? I don't bring no fucking family member with that. Well, I said my kids did, they did. I can elaborate on that shit because some goofy shit that I've been around and shit what T.I.'s son did. That was some goofy whole ass shit he did. For cloud chasing, well, the fuck, nigga, comply with the motherfucker. Oh, but for your bitch ass, you and Jerica, to sit up there and do some fuck shit about me, investigate my family, nigga, that's some whole shit. You and that bitch can suck a dick. Okay, all I give a fuck, nigga. Right, y'all some fuck people, man. Don't play with me, nigga. I said to you and that bitch face, don't fucking play with me. That's on Larry, nigga. On my daughter. Nigga, I stand on anything, nigga. Right, when it comes to my fucking family, do not fucking play with me. I don't front on this motherfucking podcast, nigga. You and that bitch can get it. Now, that's all I'm saying. I respect a motherfucker. But when you bring my son and kids and do investigation like that, nigga, fuck you. That's how I feel about you. On my mama, nigga. Eat a dick. All right, you gay ass nigga. You and that bitch. All right, bye, man.
All right, bro. Have a good evening. Sorry, guys. I had to let him get it in. I mean, I would want that. Darren, I don't know what you're talking about giving him so much grace. I would do that same thing for you. If somebody says something about, I didn't know it was going to come out like that. I probably should have known. I thought he was going to explain or say something towards the allegations or something. That's all. I just think that if somebody says something like that about me, I would want to clear the air about maybe something. Maybe something happened. Maybe it was wrong. Maybe it wasn't true. I don't know. But Twin did reach out to me one time and ask me, he felt bad about some decisions that his child made. And he reached out to me and he said, Wyatt, what do you think I should do? And I said, Twin, there's nothing. I mean, what can you do? You know, your son is sitting in front of a judge and there's nothing that you can do at this point. The opportunities that you had to make a difference in your child's life was back then, not now. You can't, your son is grown. you can't do anything for him at this point. You needed to do the things you're looking to do for him now should have been done before. So I don't know what type of advice that I can give you that's going to, all I can do is make you feel comfortable in the decision that you make towards how you handle your son at this point. Like I can't help you really. You can only help yourself. You can help your son get through what he's going through. Yeah, but the opportunity to help your son was back then. And a lot of y'all don't understand why I let people say what they want to say. I guarantee y'all, it may have hurt 90% of us, what he just said. Both Black Lion and Twin. Them going, it hurt me with them guys going at each other like that. But 10% of the people who watch this show probably can relate to what's going on with both of those guys, especially Twin. Everybody on here has children just about. Some parents that are on this program right now have children that are in penitentiary and feel bad about their kids being in penitentiary. And they may need to hear Twin. They may need to hear Black Lion. I don't know. But I don't like that. I don't like Black Lion. I got love for you, bro. Twin, I got love for you, bro. But I never thought that y'all would bring some shit like that over here. I'm just, I can't believe that I'm having this type of conversation right now. I can't believe it. I mean, I don't know what a person has to do to each other to hate each other like that. I would just block a person. I would just disconnect with a person before I would allow them to get me to a point where I have to do that type of shit. Guys, I'm disappointed in both of y'all. I'm disappointed in both of y'all. I don't care who started it. I don't care who finishes it. I'm just being honest with y'all. If I could call both of y'all brothers, if I can call a big brother or a little brother, whatever y'all could be, I'm disappointed in both of y'all. Here's what I'm more disappointed in. I'm disappointed not only that you brought it over here, but I'm disappointed that y'all go back at each other like that. That's crazy to me. Yeah, both of y'all kind of disrespected the platform. But I'm disappointed in y'all, man. And I love y'all enough to tell you, but I got to tell you that the same place that you brought it to. I can't believe y'all going. I can't believe y'all doing that. I can't believe y'all walking in them. I can't believe y'all doing that. And unfortunately, it speaks a lot about the platform. For those that really want to give me a hard time right now, you just open the door for that, and I kind of deserve it. Let me tell you why. Because anybody that feels comfortable enough to use this platform to attack one another, then I must not be doing what I'm supposed to do. And it make me want to quit right now. It make me want to quit right now. It make me not even want to be here. Because, I mean, all the good that it's done over the years, it only take one spoiled apple to mess up this fruit bowl. I don't get it. I don't get it. Y'all have, that's crazy to me. And I don't think anybody that's enjoying this shit, I don't think you any better. I think if you sitting back listening to them brothers do this to one another and you're enjoying it, you're part of the problem. Carolyn Smith, I wish I could. I'm not even in the mood. I can't talk money. I can't talk love. I can't talk anything right now. I don't have a and I ain't even trying to be that kind of way, bro. It's just that I expect more from my brothers. I really do. I expect more. I expect better. I mean, I don't know if y'all see this shit as entertainment, bro, but this is the type of stuff that go in the wrong direction. This is how things go in the wrong direction, man. And I don't want to be part of that. Disappointed. There's a whole lot of other shit we should be worried about right now. I mean, some of these kids that act like that, they have an excuse. When we get a certain age, well, I don't know if we have that same, if we can fall on that same crutch. I don't know if we had that same excuse. I don't know if I can do this right this minute. I'm not quite sure I can do it, but let me take this last call before I get out of here. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
Wyatt, this is Alethea. Now, this is what I be talking about when grown adults get together, have a decent conversation, and then they attack one another's family verbally. This is why the younger youth is having such a difficult time because they don't know who to trust, when to trust them. And if we're leading by examples, look what they have to follow. That was horrible, what just happened on your platform, because that did not happen in the chat for Wyatt Live. Now, if they created their own chat somewhere else or on another platform, it should have stayed there. It should have never been entertained right now, today, because what it did was included you as if, one, Twin could feel like you let somebody get off on him, or Twin coming back and saying what he said. Everybody knows you just lit a fire on that man, on any man, if you come for their kids. No matter if it's a truth or a lie, indifferent. You don't do that to people's families. Those men are 50 and over. And these are their actions. And when you say women, this is what I'm saying. Like, no, these men really do need help. I don't know who Twin called the B word or whatever, but that's too much. It's too much. It's too much because these men cannot control their emotions. Never have been, never will. And what they just showed us is exactly what we were talking about with King. And he's a young adult. These are grown, senior citizen, grandfather men. They probably got grandkids. Just acted and displayed themselves in a way that you cannot understand, even if they were 18 to 25. Why that behavior is not behind them. They still haven't healed the little boy in them. Why are you investigating another man's family and then coming to expose it to other people? And I do know Twin have came to you. I've never asked him, Twin, what's wrong with your son? But he has asked you time and time again for advice. That's hard to listen to. I know it's hard for you to even entertain. It got your chat running up. It has you, like silent almost, like you don't even know what to do. But you can't attack a man's family and think he's not going to respond. You can't attack a man even without the family involved, without giving him the same platform. And it was purposely done because in the chat it says, I'm about to air this ass out. Let me air this room out. You purposely did this. Go to that man. Apparently, y'all had another discussion, and you could cuss me out, call me whatever kind of names you want to. It's not going to bother me. But I'm just saying, as men, y'all are not great leaders for us as women. They're still little boys. And this is why the young men act the way that they act. Because there's other, even if people, fathers are not acting like that, it's other, they call them unks and OGs. This is what you're looking at. Because to me, both of them OGs to me, both of them. They ain't got no knowledge to share to nobody. You can't get no respect on no panel coming after another man's family. And Twin can't get no brownie points calling a woman a B-word. For what? You can't get no passes because you angry. It's called self-control. This is the problem, Wyatt, and this is what I keep telling you. They can say, I can go around in circles, she don't know what she's talking about, all this and all that, but I see it every day. These men cannot control their emotions. They call crash outs, all of them, and they do it in a manner to make another man feel small. How can that make you feel big doing something like that on this platform? How can you feel good about yourself? You don't understand what men go through trying to raise children, and they have dropped the ball somewhere. You can't just get out here and make moves like that and feel like, yeah, let me throw this rock real quick and get some laughter.
How y'all parents feel about y'all being out here?
I have heard him go off before, but it's normally about what happens on another show. But if this happened on another platform, another chat, let us stay there. Why would they involve you in this mess? Why would they mess up your house? I don't understand it, but this is exactly why no younger individual should watch this show, because they're going to see the older people, they don't got it together. They'll tell you what to do, but they'll tell you all the wrong stuff. All the wrong stuff. To keep sitting back and laughing at the younger youth, younger adults, and keep having conversations with no solutions. Because they're still hurting, healing the young boys and men. They got mama issues. Ain't no way in heck I'm going to spend my day out of everything I got to investigate another man's life or his children. I ain't got that type of time.
All right, sis. Let me move on. I'm going to move on because I think you're opening up a great segue into what's going on in our communities. And I think
that's all I'm saying. It's not just on them, but this is what happens in the communities. What you don't see, that's what I'm saying. It's a lot you don't see because you're too busy. But this is what happens. This is what happens in our living rooms on Thanksgivings, Christmas, New Year's. That's why they don't like celebrating all these holidays. You had the question, why y'all tearing down holidays when this is when because this type stuff happen. They drink, they get together, and they laugh, they pick on another family member. So you go ahead, you have a blessed day.
All right, sis. Have a good evening. I really didn't want to talk about this, but yeah, I was going to talk about this earlier today about the videos that people been sending me, right? And it's our little boys, our kids in our communities. You know, some go to bat for them, some have all these excuses and things of that nature. I think Alethea had some valid points when she said, you know, when you look up to certain people, you got to be careful, because when our kids look up to certain people, you have to be careful. That's kind of like what I was talking about with T.I. With T.I., you know, his son is the way he is because of his dad. His dad has set the example. And I mean, we could say that T.I. is great because he got a multi-millions, $1 million deal and this and that. But he has a past and he have a lifestyle that his son looked at, seen as glamorous, and he followed them same footsteps. He didn't want to be the rich kid; he wanted to be the tough kid, or whatever it may have been. When I look at a lot of the young men in our communities that we don't really talk about, we being from the same place that these young men and I'm about to show you, I'm from there. And they just have bad examples, bad leadership. They have bad people around them. And until we acknowledge that and be honest about it, it'll never be solved. We can create all these programs and this and this and this and that. I'm gonna show you a picture. I always say soft targets and blah, 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 blah. I know a lot of y'all know where I'm going with this because you've seen the video. It's on YouTube right now, and it's on Facebook. It's on social media about these kids in the city of Cincinnati. These are the kids that y'all talk about, but you don't talk about. These are the kids that are mentioned in a lot of the conversations, but you never show them. You never really put a face or a body or an address to these kids. And we always want to talk about these kids need something to do. And I tell you that some of these kids make these choices because the choice is this is what they choose to do, is to rip and run the streets and to be street kids. These guys wouldn't work at McDonald's and no shit. This is not that. They don't have those examples of that work ethic. They have hustle ethics put in front of them. I know y'all seen this video, but I'm going to show you this picture of what I'm talking about. I'm going to flash it because not everybody has a mask on. But that's a video that's circulating. And it's about some of the kids in the city of Cincinnati and what they doing and why they do what they do and how they feel about what they doing. And I think y'all should maybe check it out. And you might have a different perspective of the things that you hear here on this platform, here on other platforms. Or if you've been, I won't say manipulated, but if you've been put in a position where you feel like you can't say anything or you'll be, you'll be canceled or you'll be people will talk bad about you or you don't care for the kids and this and that. I think you should know how these kids are moving out here before you start thinking somebody doing them wrong. I'm shook. And I'm shook. I'm gonna play this video and then I think what I'll do is I'll just talk about it tomorrow. If I'm here, I don't even know if I'm gonna be. What is tomorrow? Friday? I don't know if I'm gonna be here tomorrow. Stephen Speed says, I showed that video to my mom. Hold on one second. He said, I showed that video to my mom. She shook her head. I'm going to show the video and then I'll talk about it another day. I don't even have the energy, man, because I know where a lot of this energy from these kids are coming from. I know what's wrong. Y'all don't really want to have this conversation because it's about self-accountability. None of your leaders will talk about it. Your leaders will go on black radio and say there are no gangs in this city. I don't understand why y'all keep on. I don't get it. I don't get it. You got to stop being a slave to the rhythm. That's all I'm going to say. Watch this video. You tell me what you think about it. Cincinnati children.
How y'all parents feel about y'all being out here?
Damn near all our parents know.
How they feel about it?
Shit.
My mama be on
They-
my ass.
Everybody mama be on their ass, shit. But
Down
shit,
there,
it
mama
gets
come
to a
outside.
point for real. It gets to a point for real. Everybody mama know. I ain't gonna
But
act
it's
like
it's
our
nobody
parents don't
mama
give a
can
fuck.
stop it, though.
Yeah, nobody can stop it because like once you in this shit, you can't get out. Only way you can get out is get rich. You feel me?
That's a serious. Not serious.
How y'all?
There's ways out there, shit. Feel me?
What ways you think?
Shit, stay in the house. For real. Yeah. Motherfuckers gonna say you hiding, but feel me, you ain't hiding. You trying to get out this shit, you trying to get out this shit. Move
Look,
up T or something.
ain't nothing wrong with
Mind
staying
your
in the house.
business.
It ain't nothing wrong with going to school every day, reading a book, studying. It ain't nothing wrong with none of that shit. It ain't nothing wrong with playing sports, picking up a ball or something, go hoop or something. It ain't nothing wrong with the shit. Well, look, he hoop right there. I mean, shit, we got hoopers out here.
How y'all feel like y'all parents feel? You know, just them thinking like, you know, when they care about you, you know, they worried about y'all life and stuff like that. How y'all think they gonna go through life? You know, if they lose y'all.
Shit, fucked up for real, but shit, they gotta understand. Right now, it's either life or
I
death.
don't never think about that.
Yeah, we don't even think we don't even think about that for real. I ain't gonna lie. We don't think about that shit. We think about the positive. I ain't gonna lie.
You know what I didn't like about that video? Not one mention of a daddy. My mama know where I'm at, man. Our mamas know. Our mama. Our mama this, our mama that. Mama's this, mama that. That's crazy. That's crazy. Y'all so busy about what they doing at the State House. Y'all so busy about what the administration doing. Y'all so busy being distracted by people. They treating black women on city council. Are they treating black city council members? They treating the black Cheryl Long. They treating them. Everybody worried about how people being treated out here. And I hear very to little to no conversation about who's failing these children. I can't even really have a conversation. I can't even have the conversation in real life, to be honest with you, man. My mind is nowhere near where it needs to be right now to have a real conversation. I don't even know what to say, man. I don't even know what to talk about. I'm out. I'll talk to you guys. Hopefully I'll be here tomorrow. If not, man, I'll see y'all on the next Wyatt Live at 1 o'clock. Peace.
Incredible match. What the fuck's going on inside the bed? Shit ain't raw them all. Fake is how it is. I hear brothers talking about shooting and killing and going home and chilling, fronting like a villain. Let me tell you something real. It's how the Mac feel. I ain't no criminal and represent no steel. I tell you one thing though, if you've been to walk slow, the Mac's on the earth to let you know. I'm on a mission from the kingdom of God to do away with MCs representing them rhyme. Your MCs have been too bad, so when you go now, ice you're gonna wish you had. When you disappear, it's my fault, cause it's time to put all the madness to a flying halt. And radio needs to be ashamed of pumping murder all up in our brain. I tell you now, Big Papa don't like it. Represent the truth when the Mac starts to mic it. I hope the subject don't turn you away, but the whole hip-hop generation needs to pray. What you gonna do? What you gotta do? You can front now, but when God gone, you can't get strapped for when God gone. Cause you won't know how to act when God gone. Now we all established Greg Max new king, and the king for his people got to represent the right thing. Brothers in the ghetto stop genociding, cause the same boat we riding will do like the Poseidon. I watch the Earth's cheese line getting longer. I watch allegiance to Satan's armies getting stronger. I watch drugs and guns take control. I even watch how the devil took the black woman's soul. They ain't got respect no more. When your ass is on the camera, you ain't nothing but a whore. Ladies, you need to help out your man instead of fronting at the club with a drink in your hand. The black family is now prehistoric, and we don't need psychic healing from Dionne Warwick. We all need to be down on our knees, begging please don't help us shake this disease. And MCs don't take these rhymes for a joke. With Max Penn is mightier than this water stroke. So take heed to the words that I sing, cause on Judgment Day every man must attend. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? You can front now, but when God comes, you can't get strapped for when God comes. Cause you won't know how to act when God comes. What you gonna do when God comes? You can front now, but when God comes, you can't get strapped for when God comes. Cause you won't know how to act when God comes. All black leaders are throwing on their war paint. I ain't seen a saint that might make me faint. How long can we sing that song, knowing that the shit we're kicking, brothers, is dead wrong? And don't figure Magnum to get started, cause I flip an old fat verse from Get Retarded. I'm talking from a veteran's chair, prepare MC's nightmare, audience, no need to fear. Shape up, the Lord's about to strike. With thunderclaps that can turn day into night. With something similar to Gabriel's horn, the first flag is up, my tribe of Judah's now been worn. Peace the bad boy for bringing me here. People of the world presenting Mac this year. No need for fronting, his time has almost came, and the last rhyme you're hearing bears Craig Mac's name. What you gonna do when God comes? You can front now, but when God comes, you can't get strapped for when God comes. Then you won't know how to act when God comes. What you gonna do when God comes? Lord's about to come. You can front now, but when God comes, you can't get strapped for when God comes. God comes, you won't know how to act when the Lord comes.